Inside the dining room, the party has already started, with trays of food being laid out and plenty of wine served to all. A city guard dressed in fashionable uniform walks into the room just as the host of the party greets him. "Sergeant, glad you make it. Can I take your coat and sword?" "You may take my coat. I see several familiar faces, several I've arrested in the past." "Ah, yes, these are businessmen and friends. Think of them as opportunities to further your retirement fund." The host, Gastor, a very shady businessman, ushers the sergeant into the dining room before storming off down a hallway. He opens the door to the kitchen to find his wife, Avius, drinking heavily from a goblet. "Don't just stand there drinking all the wine. Go find that violin player. We need music and song. And don't wear that dress. It makes you look so common." Avius quickly nods until the kitchen door is closed. She spits on the ground where her husband stood moments before. She looks at the clock a bit nervously, wondering when her special guests will arrive. Outside the mansion, across the yard, past a strange dog that patrols the house, over the wall and down the street, we find our four heroes, Elmon, Avius, Puck, and Rill, standing outside a clerk's office closed for the night. With them is Baelish, a young man with an interest in joining a gang of rebellious folks who appears very worried about his safety. The group is waiting for a man that none of them know named Kohler, another new recruit. The plan, Rill the Bard's plan to be more specific, is to attend the party as these two recruits to meet with the hostess, Avius. She has new information about the next step for the recruits, but even that is vague. Somehow, all of this connects back to the Chaos Cult, so the heroes are eager to cause as much trouble as they can.
I have questions. There's a lot that happened, apparently, in the last 12 hours. 24-ish. So we found where Kohler is.
Nope. You were tried, you could not locate Kohler.
But we're waiting for Kohler.
The party has started. There's no tracking him down now. The party's started.
Isn't it? So it's 2 days past. Okay.
I assume that means we're all full hit points.
Yep.
Woo!
Fully healed.
I already had all my hit points, but I lost my... Oh, but I get magic slots back. All right, so where are we? We're outside a clerk's office?
You're down the street from the party. The party's starting. You guys are hoping to find this Kohler guy as he comes by.
And Baelish is where he's supposed to be? We're supposed to meet him?
Okay, so Baelish is... And who's watching Baelish?
The four of you. You're right next to him.
Elmon's arrows.
We should be more inconspicuous.
Yeah.
I agree.
Yes, yeah, agreed. Elmon, why don't you keep an eye on Baelish, and the rest of us can scatter, see if we can recognize Kohler when he comes.
Whee! And off Rill goes.
Rill goes.
Is there a way for me to get on a rooftop somewhere?
You can surely give it a try. You slip into an alleyway not far and start climbing up some wooden wall of this building. Make an athletics roll.
15?
Yeah. You get up, takes a little bit of time, and while he's doing that, Rill has disappeared, and Avius and Puck, where are you off to? You're on a fairly, I'd say, averagely busy street at night. There's a couple people that walk by every now and again. Maybe a wagon might go by every 20, 30 minutes. You've been here for about 2 hours.
Puck's going to find like a dark corner, dark alley, like put his hood up and just kind of wait and watch.
Is it lit kind of like we would think a road at night with like lamps periodically?
With lamps periodically, so there's very bright lights every so often, and otherwise it's dark in between those.
So we have Baelish kind of posted in the middle between the two lights, so it's sort of darker where he is.
Yeah, and he's trying to stay close to this office where he was supposed to meet this Kohler.
Gotcha. Avius is going to be also kind of off in the distance, reprising his role as a street drunkard.
Okay.
Rill will be attempting to hide somewhere nearby.
All right. Where nearby?
You said there's an office. It's their. You said these lamps have some darkness in between them,
Sure.
so just trying to be obscure in that dark space.
Okay.
Just not move about as much.
And before Elmon goes up, he gives Baelish a little pep talk.
All right.
You're
leaving?
You've stayed alive this far because you've cooperated. See that good fortune continues. And then Elmon just...
Make an intimidation roll with advantage, and this is what I'll be treating as a leadership roll for him.
17.
All right. He nods and gathers some strength for your scary look that you give him as you head off, and you were climbing up the top. By the time you get to the top of this roof, you're about 20 feet up, Elmon. You scramble over towards the front side of the building.
One more thing, while we're all still together,
Oh, yes.
I guess we kind of need to talk about what we plan on doing when Kohler makes contact.
We're just going to ad hoc it,
Okay, I mean, we can do that.
We
but
all
it's
pop out and say, "Happy birthday!"
probably going to involve some arrows. So,
not necessarily arrows, but some brute force tactics, intimidation.
I mean, depending on what we run into.
We
but
should
yeah,
keep them alive as long as possible to get some information.
no promises.
Avius says.
So reiterating what Rill had mentioned before, I'll just say again. We're trying to infiltrate the party by impersonating these two individuals. One knows the other, but the person that we're meeting doesn't know either of them. So we take over their identities, but one of you is going with me.
Okay.
You haven't decided who that was going to be. And then once we're inside, we'll take care of
Let's
business.
decide now. I think it should be Elmon.
Why me?
Because an old man, I don't think, is going to pass muster, and...
As a slaver?
Yeah.
Maybe.
And I don't think a goblin would either.
Okay. Elmon then is at least put on some sort of, I don't know, he's put on some mascara or something. He's disguised himself slightly.
Okay.
Mascara. I love it.
Some rouge. A little color to the cheeks. And Elmon, you are now on top of the office. You are hunkered down low, and it's pretty dark up there. You're pretty confident no one can see you. And you watch as a person comes walking down the night street. And it's a lady who meets another lady, and they start talking, and they have a laugh, and they continue walking by. A cart is pulled by someone, and you watch, and he's just pulling that cart behind him, and he doesn't go anywhere near the office. You look around, you see no sign of your party, which is a good sign normally, so that's good. And you wait and you wait. After probably 30 more minutes of waiting up there, and it's getting cold, you see a guy who looks like he doesn't belong in this neighborhood. This is more of a upper middle class suburb, if you will, of this fantasy medieval city. He looks a little odd. If you were a city guard, you definitely have your eye on him as though he was going to try and cause some trouble. You see this guy kind of looking around, poking his head into different alleyways as he's making his way down the street. And then he changes his route and heads straight for the clerk's office. Rill, you are between him and the office, and he's getting moderately close to you. Go ahead and give yourself advantage with a stealth roll, please. Need to beat a 16.
A natural 20.
Ooh! Ninja Bard! You can, whatever situation you need to happen regarding stealth is up to you. You can be completely still and invisible.
Jumps on his back as he walks by.
And he won't even notice. You can follow him very closely. He won't notice. You can, whatever you want. You did amazing on that.
For that, I would be following him fairly closely.
Step and step.
Step and step, yeah. If I were a pickpocket, awesome, but I'm not. So.
All right.
Sure.
You follow behind. Elmon, you can see this guy closing in, but you do not see Rill the Bard. He's still gone. Puck, you can also see this guy coming towards the office. You are on the opposite side of the street currently right now. And you can also see, Puck, a pair of older men coming off from the other direction. They're going to be there in about a minute. They're heading down this avenue.
So the one guy's going this way and the old men are coming the other way?
Yeah. You can just see that possible.
I'm going to go...
Avius, you're lost, but...
Drunk in a corner.
Got too much into his drunken roll.
Puck's going to make for the other two guys to run like a distraction. This is plan.
Nothing as distracting as a hooded goblin at night coming at you in the suburb.
Throw water on me, I dare you!
Just teeth glinting in the moonlight. I love it.
This fellow walks towards the office and heads up to your young friend and says, "Hey, are you Baelish?" Baelish nervously says, Yeah, that's my name. You're Kohler? Yeah. Here. And he hands him a piece of paper. Where I think it's down back this way. Baelish says, No. It's right around the corner.
And you are 2 minutes late. I would expect more of the two of you.
The guy turns around, puts his hand on his dagger at his belt, but does not draw it. Who the hell are you?
I don't think you have a good enough excuse to explain yourself. Now, both, follow me. And I start to motion down to an alleyway, quarterway.
Make a persuasion roll with advantage.
Wow, is that a 8? 14.
14?
Wait, hold on. 18.
18.
Sorry.
He has huge bonuses. He's like, wait, all right, hold on.
14, no, 18. Okay.
No, I need at least a 15.
And the two of them follow. Baelish, more nervous of the two of you. And they follow. You said you're heading towards an alleyway?
Heading towards an alleyway, yes.
The guy, Kohler, says, So who exactly are you? Baelish says, I don't know him.
Fucking Baelish.
You will not know my name, but I am the Inductor. And I understand you are Baelish, you are Kohler, and one of you cannot keep time.
Two old men are coming down the street and see the three of you, Rill and two new recruits, go down an alleyway. They kind of look, watch something maybe mischievous about to happen when a hooded small figure approaches.
Yeah. Cup in hand, shaking it like, Can I get some money?
The guy stops and reaches in and grabs a coin and tosses it your way.
Thank you.
He actually gave you accidentally a silver.
Oh. That's very generous. Thank you.
Friend starts walking a few steps towards that alleyway.
Where you going? Can I get some alms?
Quiet, you. There's something odd over there.
No. I'll come right here. Right here, buddy.
Ooh, what's the matter with you?
I'll do a magic trick for some coin.
I would like to see some magic.
Yeah?
You found his critical flaw.
I have all his stats here and all these attacks and everything. This magic weakness, vulnerability +2.
Vulnerability, sleight of hand.
So I take my cloak off and I kind of dangle it in front of me a little.
Okay.
Turn into
Throw
a bear.
it up. Yeah, and as it starts to cover me, I turn into a panther.
Really? All right. Both the guys are just like, whoa! They're a little loud.
Yeah.
They are blown away.
And then I snarl a little like,
They back away. Easy.
and I get between them and the alley
Okay.
and still kind of growl and look menacing.
Damn.
All right. Wow. Elmon, you are shifting your way along the top of the roof and are now perched over this darkened alley. Rill, you have got yourself and the two recruits into this alley. It's quite narrow. It's maybe 4.5 feet wide, and the three of you are there now in almost pitch blackness.
Go ahead.
Well, have I seen what Puck is doing as well?
You don't see it at all, but then you hear, whoa, and you get some good idea.
Am I... Meow. Am I able to kind of post in a place where I can watch both?
Yes, it will not be optimum for both, but you will be able to see both.
Okay.
Okay. You move to the corner.
Avius,
You're a couple blocks over still. Look, no.
does he hear any
He's already
of
at
this?
the party.
He's waiting for you guys.
Don't tell anyone this, but there's a couple guys, and they're not really who they say they are. But shh.
I like drunk Avius.
He's awesome. How is the slaving business?
Have we ever seen sober Avius?
That's a better question.
Want to know my secret? I'm
It's in the robe.
So you have been brought here, yes, and you are aware that you are to be tested?
Baelish says, yeah.
Hmm.
Kohler nods.
Then tell me, where do you recognize this note? And pulls out the lute and begins strumming and putting them to sleep.
You're putting them both to sleep.
Both to sleep.
All right. You get out your loot. The guy just kind of looks at Baelish. Baelish shrugs, and by the time his shrug half finishes, the both of them are completely asleep.
Immediately start checking them to see if for the letters or whatnot that they have.
Yes, they each had an invite to a party at where did it go? Gastuer Zon's manor.
Be our guest. Be our guest.
Gastuer Zons is his last name. Manor. He gives an address and a time, and does not have any names for who the guests are.
And
They look fine. It's got emblems and nice stuff on it.
any other items, not looking for money, just other emblems.
No, there's no emblems. You don't see anything. You know a little bit about the cult. You don't see any cult symbology on either of these guys, and they have very little valuables. They have 1d6 copper each, which you may take, which would be their entire life savings. No, I think one of them might actually have 50 gold on them. Didn't Elmon give Baelish 50 gold in a
Well,
sack?
he was going to when he was going to send them away, but since they're still in, Baelish has still been in our custody, that gold is on hold right now.
All right, so he has his life savings of 3 copper in his
Life
pocket.
savings of 3 copper. I will leave them.
All right.
Elmon will follow up later and grab it.
Putting them away quietly, I step out from the alley and motion for Elmon to come down.
All right. How long does that sleep last, by the way?
Sleep last.
That's the key part.
Well, this one's designed for combat, so it says duration's a minute.
That's the duration of it. So you need some alternative.
Yes. We must bind them and keep them quiet. Stop looking at that.
Look what I will. I actually haven't come down yet because I'm still watching the
Scene with Puck.
yeah.
Puck.
And I if I can, I motion to Rill, like do the eyes thing and point over towards Puck, make
All
a
right.
little pointy ear goblin.
Let's go to Puck. Puck, what are you doing now? These
so
guys are backing away
Yeah,
from
as
you.
a panther, I'm still just like kind of growling and like walking slowly towards them.
All right. They're like, easy. Why don't you turn back into whatever you are? Good show.
It's not going to happen. I'm just making them walk back further and further.
They walk back
until they
further.
turn around.
One of them says, maybe we should just go. And then they bolt.
Okay. I will still stay in panther form.
All right. There's a panther prowling the streets.
Elmon comes down.
All right. Elmon comes down. You find Avius has stumbled his way into the scene, unable to locate Kohler at all.
I will need to bind these two and keep them quiet.
That rope?
I don't have any rope. I'm dressed for a party.
Well, I might. Oh, yes, here in this pocket. I have some.
Thank you, Doctor.
So I guess we're gonna bind them.
Hog tie them. Gag them.
Hog time, gag 'em.
Of the buildings nearby, they're businesses. I assume we're in like a commercial district.
Not too close, but you do find a grocer that's not too far away with a back area where he's got some crates and stuff, empty crates stacked up that you can use.
So we're gonna stuff them in a couple crates.
Okay.
I think.
Send them away.
Yeah, that makes sense.
All right. They are awake, bound, gagged, and inside large wooden crates.
Yeah.
All right.
Well, I mean, awake might be the wrong term to use after Elmon's done with them.
Oh, did he
wow.
knock? Did he knock him on the back of the head?
Yeah, let's do a little TBI stuff and just give him a little concussion to help
All right.
ease him back into
T what?
TBI,
Traumatic brain injury.
All right. After 7 punches with the pommel of your rapier, you have one of them knocked out.
All right. I mean, whatever it takes.
The third one was pleading to stop. The
we-
fourth one was mumbling.
Can we assume Baelish will cooperate? Just leave him tied up.
Yeah.
Oh, he was the first.
I mean, we could probably release Baelish.
Maybe don't have to release him. Just
I bet he.
I think we should keep him there to watch Kohler.
The
Tied
fate
up.
of these men
In a box.
tied up.
Yeah,
Here,
and they're in
here,
the
watch Kohler.
From inside this dark box.
They're in the same box.
Okay.
As we bury you.
Well, if you put them in the same box, they can actually try and help each other. So it'd be better to have them in separate.
All
boxes.
right,
Wow, you've really thought this through, haven't you?
it's Elmon.
It's not his first attempt.
This isn't his first killing.
Don't look in the ground behind Middlehawks.
Anyways,
Nor?
They call it the Crimson Cliff.
So what was the status of Baelish then, just so I know?
Baelish, I have not knocked him unconscious, but told him that he just needs to stay here, continue to cooperate, and everything will be fine. We were just making it easier for him to cooperate by tying him up and gagging him.
Okay.
The arrow's just for show.
All right.
Avius is
Come
getting
back
aroused.
soon.
I
Don't
bet
leave
you
me
will.
here all night.
It's kind of hard to say through a gag, so I'm assuming that's what he said. And tell him we'll be back soon.
Why are you nailing my crate shut?
It's just for show.
The 4 of you are now gathered away from that crate and in a darkened alley and can make your plan.
Now we have the letters, and we have the invitations. Now is the party. How eloquent are you? You're an elf. You should be very eloquent.
I'm very eloquent.
Okay, you won't speak. We are meeting a young lady here, as she works alongside the Slayers. Eris is her name. We are going to meet her to try and devise a way further into the cult's ranks. This meeting is just a precursor, if you will. The real one is to follow, and that is why we are going.
Lead the way.
Puck, are we staying with Baelish and Kohler, or are we
I don't
hanging
think
out
so. I think we should.
outside the party?
Yeah.
Okay.
Mill about so we're close. We
You-
should also devise some sort of. I guess at this point I
If a
have
flaming
to.
arrow flies into
Turn
the
back
air,
into Puck so I can communicate.
it means we're in trouble. We need help.
It's an indoor party.
If the roof
Unless one of you
catches on
guys
fire.
needs a seeing eye panther.
Right?
Seeing eye panther.
It's my service bear.
Yeah.
My therapy animal.
My therapy shark.
Oh yeah, flaming arrow. We will come a running.
Yeah. Okay.
Until that, we'll just share a bottle of wine.
Are you guys going to be in the front or the back? Around front or back?
Wherever the wine is.
We're Yeah, describe the house a little bit, like what's behind it, what's in front of it.
Sure. Elmon and Rill, you guys each have an invitation. You are leading the way towards this manor. Some distance behind you, Avius and Puck follow as a completely unrelated separate pair. You are walking down this street, and there is a manor that has a rather thick wall around it. It's about 10 feet high. It's got some nice ornate little loop-de-loop carvings in the top of it with vines that go over it. There is a gate that is open, a double gate that's open with 2 guards posted outside. They are armed, but acting very friendly to people that are coming and going.
Did anyone grab Kohler's dagger?
No.
His dagger?
Well, I wouldn't have left him armed, but
Okay.
I maybe just tossed it.
Okay.
I
just want to make sure he didn't have it.
And speaking of weapons, what are you Rill and Elmon doing with your weapons and gear and stuff?
Has nobody else have weapons at this party?
You're just on the outside. You're approaching a gate, and you can see there's some yard, and then there's a manor.
Rill is absolutely 100% positively not armed,
Okay.
but he is carrying his loot.
So you have a loot strapped to your back and no weapons.
Correct.
Ugh.
Yeah.
And no armor to speak of.
I'm gonna,
Let me, I'll take care of that bow for you.
well, there goes our signal.
That's true.
So Puck is carrying a spear, a sword, and now
I don't have the sword.
In like a seven,
The
in
sword
like a
is-
6.5 foot
He
bow.
lost the sword.
No, I have a plan. I just,
he
needed-
gambled it away into sorrow.
Can't look Olgrim in the eyes. I gotta win it back.
I'm feeling lucky.
Give the man his sword.
So yeah, I guess I'm gonna stow the bow, I suppose.
Sounds like a euphemism, but all right.
Well, you know.
You have stowed the
It's
bow.
collapsible. Snap.
Ouch.
I will. They rapier.
Rapier.
I said it right. Thank you very much.
Episode 48.
Brazier.
The rapier.
Rapier.
Yeah. Is there a way that
I will listen to this recording. No, go ahead.
is there a way to have it kind of on my back, kind of
Have what?
have it on my back, sort of a la Wonder Woman style? Just
Not hit.
no. Okay, then it'll be out.
You don't have the way.
When
to
there's
pull
a
that
rapier
dress
on your
off.
back, it's hard to hide.
Rapier. Don't get me involved in this.
Okay, then the rapier is just
Rapier.
my weapon.
Please, this is a family show.
No,
Yeah.
it's cool.
The E is for everyone.
Yeah, it's just I just have it on my side then.
Okay.
And I
All
guess
right.
my buckler is stowed as well.
Avius appeals.
And I do have obviously my dagger
All right.
because I may have to give up my sword.
So you have a sword and a
Sword.
rapier. I'm not armed though. I give my bow.
No, the rapier is the
Rapier.
sword.
Where are you stashing your weapons, or are you leaving them with us?
I'm gonna stash
In a
shit.
crate.
Boy,
At least
Tied
let us
up
know
again.
where they're at, so we can.
I mean, Avius.
I'll be
can
back
hold
for
them,
you.
right?
Don't worry.
Yeah.
So Avius, the old man, will be carrying around a bow, and that's it.
I'm proficient in
you
bow.
spend more tactical
and
time hiding your weaponry than you do in combat.
Well, you know.
Here's my. I'm gonna put my bow here. I'm gonna.
All right, Baelish. This bow's in charge. It's gonna watch you.
Do what it says.
Oh, I can't wait for you to get a sentient bow.
Oh,
That's
God.
just gonna be great.
Yeah.
Elmon and Rill, you are walking now towards this gate. Puck and Avius, then I guess you're hanging back.
Yeah, just like milling about in the front.
across the street.
Mhm.
Okay.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
All right. And there are other houses that are, there's a large avenue in front of the house, in back of the house, and on the sides of the houses are two other large manors that are also gated.
We're sitting on a barrel, and Puck is sitting on my lap, and I have my hand up the back of his shirt like he's a what do you call this?
Puppet?
No.
A
it's,
good friend?
Ventriloquist dummy?
Yeah.
Good times.
And you allow this, Puck.
I'll humor the old man.
All right.
I do feel like I owe the old man a little bit. He's taking care of Puck. Oh, when Puck was down.
All right. That's true.
We bonded.
Let's see how you feel once you feel the chubby come.
Yeah.
And this is right across the street from the gate?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Figure out how much you owe him.
Avius, I need you to make a performance roll, please.
10.
Okay. You are doing this weird one-man show to no one in particular and making strange voices and some weird scenes.
Oh no, Puck's doing all the talking.
That's true.
He talks for him, I talk for me.
This is a ventriloquist act?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Rill and Elmon, you approach the gate, and the guards are there. And they look at you intently as you approach.
I hand over Kohler's pass.
Okay. He looks at it very quickly and just says, good evening and welcome, and hands it back to you and motions down the path through the yard.
Thank you.
Eye the guard up and down for a moment and then hand over mine.
Okay. He does the same thing. They're very friendly and let you on in. Both of you make a perception roll, please.
14.
Failing.
Less than 14?
Less than 14.
Okay.
A 6
Elmon,
if
you do see as you're crossing the yard a black dog some distance away that's watching you with some intent, but you seem to cause no trouble, so it just starts walking
I told
away.
you guys to bring the panther. Could have had a little scrap.
You're at the front door.
Should have said that was our pet.
After a couple knocks,
Well, somebody else got to bring their pet.
Yeah.
doors open and a servant is there, and she says, oh, welcome to the party. Come in. I can take any... Oh, he sees you have no coats and motions you in.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
And Elmon is wearing a cloak, but I guess that doesn't count.
No.
And a bow.
Carolyn. I wish.
You can hear some thin, ill-tuned violin playing off in the distance, much to Rill's chagrin. And you can hear some chatting and a little bit of laughter, and she closes the door behind you, and you are walked down into this manor. It is kind of nice, not Malil nice, but it is kind of nice. Good for this district. There isn't any fine artwork or anything like that down here, but they keep the place clean. Got some nice furnishings, long chairs, love seats, that type of stuff. And you are taken into a dining room where there is some food laid out and a bunch of different people are there. I'm going to say all of them men, most of them of the human, a few elf, maybe one gnome, but definitely no weird, ruddy goblin type folks or anything like that. No offense, Puck. And the servant calls out from behind you, 2 more guests have arrived, sir.
Whispering over to Baelish. Oh, we will have to keep our heads about us. I'm sure not much pleasantry goes on here.
I intend to keep my head on.
A man walks up. He has got a big smile on, but it's like a used car salesman type smile. He's got his hair all kind of slicked back. More like a 80s Wall Street vibe
Okay.
going on with him. He's got a fine tunic on, some nice trousers, a vest. He smells fantastic, but way too strong, Axe body spray type thing. And he comes up and he says, good evening. I'm afraid I I don't know the pleasure of your names.
I would be Kohler, and this would be my friend Baelish.
Just give a nod.
Because I'm afraid I don't recognize you. From where are you from?
Oh, we're from in town.
Did you bring your invitation?
Oh, most certainly. And I produced this invitation.
He looks at it and says, who sent you this invitation?
Oh, we would be guests of Eris.
Oh, I see.
Is there a problem?
It's no problem. Please come with me. She has her own separate area.
I see.
And he quickly gets you out of his dining room area.
Elmona is definitely catering to the surly slaver mentality, and definitely, kind of has a scowl on his face, like he's not really that interested in being there, but making himself somewhat unapproachable.
All right. You hear from some...
Leave me alone.
Even
from
more than
some
normal.
distance across the street, you hear, "What the hell is that?" says one of the guards to you, Avius.
Hello. This is my puppet. Introduce yourself, puppet.
Hi.
And I mimic
Like
that I'm.
you're trying to move your mouth a little bit with hi.
I keep my lips closed, but I'm moving my jaw around.
What are you doing?
What are you doing?
We're guards. What are you doing
What,
right
you-
now?
I'm just sitting here with my puppet friend. Do you want to see a show?
One of the guards says, "Yeah, why not? Come on over. We can't leave the gate."
Bluff call. Pushed all in with a 7 off, didn't you?
Well, I guess we could walk over there.
So you walk over there.
I
need you to make a strength
Yep.
roll, as this hollow puppet made of wood is quite heavy for your elderly bones.
It's only 42 pounds.
Come on, critical success.
my pact is 63. I got this.
What did you roll?
3.
And isn't that -1?
No. It's 4 -1.
All right, you get a third of the way across the street before you just fall over with your dummy. Puck, you take 2 points of bludgeoning damage.
And
do you roll with it? Do
I
you
roll
just
with it.
flop limp like Woody when the boy comes in the room?
No. Woody does not go limp when the boy comes in the room.
Yeah, I try to not. I mean, act inanimate.
All right.
Oh, pardon me. Excuse me. And I collect him back
Collect
up
him back
off
up.
the ground.
Make another strength roll, please.
oh man,
Oh God.
Jesus.
Puck's gonna be dead by the time you get there.
2 -1 is 1.
You're pulling. You.
this is the first time he has to say a non-natural one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So look at it from their point of view. They're waiting to see this weird entertainer bring his dummy, and the guy trips and falls, splatters his dummy, which makes this cool distant oomph sound, which is impressive. Then he picks it up, tries to pick it up, gives up, and is just pulling this heavy dummy across the street.
Dragging me across the street. Kill that old man.
Puck, take 1 more point of bludgeoning damage.
Scraping damage.
You're just scraped.
More
across
guards gathering around.
You're scraped across the street,
Road
and
rash damage.
your chin hits the curb as he gets up onto the other side. One of the guards says, "You should take more care of your dummy."
It's an old model. I'm hoping to get a new one if I can raise the funds.
Here, let me help you with that.
Oh, no.
You look like you're
please.
having some trouble.
No,
Have you got this?
He's very precious to me.
All
A
right.
family heirloom. He's been passed down,
Make a strength roll,
passed
please.
around.
Maybe a different.
can't
different
watch.
dice.
Wait. I'm sorry. You've been trying a couple times. You're getting a little tired. You need to make it with disadvantage.
Disadvantage. No problem. Well, they were both
Jesus
sixes.
Christ.
Minus 1 is 5.
You're like, no, I got this. You sit down and you put him on your lap somehow in a sitting position, and the both of you just slowly start going backwards, and you crash on the ground. Both of you take 2 points of bludgeoning damage. Man, are you all right?
Do you have any wine?
Maybe you've had too much.
I've had a couple of bottles.
Would you like some wine? Aris says to the two of you inside the party.
Yeah, yes, I would. Sorry, something funny struck me.
Elmon nods.
You are in a study in the back. It's got some adequate looking furniture. Again, I'm comparing it to Malil, which is fantastic. But you guys don't have a study. So it's a nice study then. She's there. She's a young wife of Gaster, and she hands out some wine, and she closes the door to this study.
It's a very fine party.
Yes, it is, and I'm very excited to meet the two of you.
Well, you know who I am, and this would be Baelish.
So you're Kohler.
Yes.
All those times we talked, and you were pretending to be someone else.
Oh. You know how it is. Well, actually, you don't know how it is.
I thought we were all new to this.
Well, new-ish. But as far as things go for this evening, yes, quite new.
Well, you certainly had me fooled. I told you so many secrets.
Well, you should be very thrilled. You're just you're doing exactly what you're supposed to be doing.
Make a deception roll, please.
Oh, 9.
Total of 9?
A total of 9.
It seems odd. I mean, for 2 weeks, I would drop by your tavern and we would chat. And you asked about me, and yet you were somehow part of this as well.
You may not be entirely familiar with how these secret communications, they go. You know, so much is going on. But I can't stress too much the importance of keeping true identities secret.
She turns to Elmon, and you, I assume we've never met. I don't place your face.
I'm Baelish. And for now, that should be enough.
Well, I'm Aris.
And we, to my knowledge, have some business to attend to.
And I don't call you Rills anymore. I call you Kohler.
It would probably be best if you remained with Kohler.
I give Rills a little look at that.
Well, I have only a time and a place for us to meet some other members of this group. There is a door we are to knock upon at such and such corner. She gives you an address that's in the North Market. There is a orange door they said to knock upon noon 2 days from now. And we will all need to be there. And if we do not show up, they don't want to see us again.
Then it will be very important for us to follow to the letter their instructions. But what are your plans during that time?
I will be there as well. I'm nervously excited. Aren't you?
I am optimistic. Much exciting things to learn. But I'm very excited for you.
Make a deception roll again, Rill.
That would be a non-natural 20.
Okay. And what's drawn you to this change?
the powers that be are too arrogant and conceited, and it's time for a change.
I agree.
The slavers offer cover, but there is more going on, and that is why we are here. That is why I am here.
Well, I couldn't agree more. Like I said, I'm nervously excited by what can happen next. That's all the information they gave me to pass along. Your test, or so I was led to believe, was to see what your commitment was and if you could get in here. And I think before you go, maybe we should take our own first start. Maybe we can cause a little chaos tonight somehow.
Oh, damn.
And what do you have in your mind?
Oh, I don't know. I've never done anything like this. Spike the wine or poison the food somehow. I do not mind getting back at my terrible husband or any of his terrible guests.
Yeah, well,
if we're here to cause trouble and stir things up, this seems as good a time as any, doesn't it? She seems overly excited.
How far do you want to take this with your husband?
I don't want to hurt anyone, but
No.
I wouldn't mind
Elmon looks disappointed.
hurting him
I'm
a little.
looking more for playful.
I am as committed to this as you are.
Oh, I see some fire in your eyes. Elmon?
Who's
You mean
that?
Baelish?
Or Baelish, sorry.
Make a deception roll with disadvantage right now.
With disadvantage.
With disadvantage.
It was an out of character.
No, with disadvantage.
Let's see, 14.
All right, she didn't hear anything at all.
Well, it's your party. Tell us where the vulnerabilities are.
I don't know. Like I said, we could do something with the food stuff, or we could throw some sort of prank, or break his favorite vase or something. I don't know. I've been trapped in this house for months and months and months, it seems like. Told what to do and exactly where to be and how to act.
Oh, well.
Tell me what to do and where to be and how to act, please. Oh my God.
She's committed to the lifestyle.
Oh, that's terrible.
Does your
Codependency there?
something mischievous, something valuable that your husband may have that could disappear in the night?
We've got some fine silverware that he's not even using for this party that's locked up in the dining room, but that's with the guests. He's got
something important to him, a heirloom or something of value to him specifically.
He's got a study upstairs I'm not allowed in.
Well, that's a start. And where would this study be?
It's upstairs, but he's got one of his guards posted at the bottom of the stairs not to let anyone, including me, upstairs for the duration of the party.
Is there any other way to the study?
Challenge.
Not unless you can climb a trestle.
And where is this trestle?
It's outside. The guards...
I've been known to climb a trestle or two.
The guards outside are helping you up again.
I'm fine. Thank you. Now about this show, yes?
Forget the show. You need some help.
Oh, no.
You have no idea.
No. I've been doing this a long time. I don't need any help.
They also try to help adjust your puppet on your lap.
Don't touch the puppet. Only the master touches the puppet.
This thing seems so lifelike, though.
It says it's in the family. We've spent much work on making it as real as possible.
It's got like weighted arms, and he grabs onto your limp goblin wrist.
I smack his hand.
Before you do, he's able to grab onto it, and then you smack his hand after he touches it, and he goes, "Oh, it feels so cold."
Yes, of course, it's an inanimate object. Of course, it's cold.
The other guard says, "Yeah, look, the eyes look like they keep following me."
An old trick we do with painting in the eyes. It's very good, yes.
It really looks like they're following me.
Yeah, well, don't look at them too hard. You'll get nightmares.
He slaps you not so gently upside the face. Yeah, this is a weird-looking little puppet.
It's hands off, gentlemen, please. Please, hands off.
All right, let's see your show. Give us a song through the puppet.
A song.
Have the puppet sing a song.
Of course.
Howdy! I'm Turd Smugglins. You fuckers are ugly.
What? The second one says, "Hey, take it easy, old timer. We want a fun
You're
show."
almost as ugly as this old man.
That's a little more like it.
What kind of asshole has you guarding that pile of horse shit behind you?
Hey, Gester's a good boss. The hell's wrong with you, old man?
Yeah, there's so much wrong with this old man. Man, I could. How many hours you got?
Avius takes his hand and puts it over Puck's mouth. Don't mind him. He has a mind of his own.
No, we like it. A little more.
I take my hand away.
So what are you guys guarding?
We're guarding a house. What kind of stinky house is it?
Smells like orc dung.
Yeah.
Are you guys guarding orc dung?
Make a performance roll. The two of you will take the. We'll take it. Both of you. Take the highest.
It's not me.
It's not.
Oh, shit.
What did you guys get? Performance rolls.
A 4.
Total 4.
I got a total of 4 too.
Let's eat together.
That's like my modifier.
Under your modifier.
Wow, you're really bad at this, aren't you?
I mean, I'm having an off night. It's been tough.
All right. Look, before we kick you out of here, and I'll tell
Why
you
are you
what.
gonna kick us out of here?
I'm telling.
We are entertaining.
Shut up for a second. I'm telling you.
Avius puts his hand over Puck's mouth again.
We'll give you a couple coins before we gotta get you out of here, because there's something going on behind us. We'll give you a couple
What's
coins.
going on behind you?
I'm trying to tell you. But give us a proper send-off with a good show here. Sing us the old tallest city song about the great spire in the sky. Everyone knows it.
I will do you one better. I will sing you the newly commissioned song. Have you heard it yet? They've commissioned a new song for the city. Do you want me to sing it or the puppet?
We want the goblin puppet to sing it.
Yes, that's what I thought, yes. Well, are you ready for this?
Ready. They will stand there. Enthralled.
Avius Catorum is a son of a bitch.
That's not the right song. Sing the right song.
What song? The Spire?
Yes, the new one, yes.
Spire! Avius Catorum is a son of a bitch!
The guards look at each other. What the hell is wrong with you? Get out of here. Just get out of here.
There's a fire in the spire! Avius Catorum is a son of a bitch!
What? They boot you
But the
and
coin.
send you.
Yeah, where's our coin, assholes?
They throw a coin that bounces off your head, Puck.
Have fun eating shit!
This act actually has a little legs to it. Literally,
We're gonna take it on the road.
And then Puck just stands up and walks away.
Oh my god! Oh, that's good. Okay, now back into Dark Cult.
Dark cult.
Yes. So, and back inside the study. Something with the bed. No, don't mess with the bed because I need to use the bed too. Let's stay clear of the bedroom. Do you have anything, any tools, anything you brought?
I can get into this room.
It's so many people. But we'll need you.
Come on.
We have to get to the bedroom. That's the best way to go.
I can.
Master of this house won't even let you near the bedroom?
I can try and distract the guard at the stairs from any sounds you make up there.
Can you,
This
That
is
sounds
start.
adventurous.
can you climb, Kohler?
Oh, I have my fair share. I'm not unfamiliar to a trellis. I do some of my best performing on a trellis.
All right. So it sounds like some mischief in the study.
Wonderful.
But you're sure you can do this?
I can certainly know how to distract a man, yes.
Very well.
And she points you towards a back door. So you're in the backyard, and you can see it's not well kept, some tall grass, some junk back there. They've probably cleaned up a bunch from the house and just threw it out back there. There's a small back gate that's also there, and you can see there's, or you can hear a guard talking to someone out in the back gate as well. You can also, when you're out in the backyard, hear some crazy song about Avius Gatorum just flittering through the night air.
Shaking my head. Oh my God, what is that old man up
I
to?
don't know what key that's in.
All the keys. It's in all the
All
keys.
of them. It's G.
It's like an orc walking across a piano. I don't know how to place that.
The two of you are walking around, Rill and Elmon. You walk around the side of a house and find a trellis. Lattice work making its way up the side of the house towards past a couple windows.
And make sure that the coast is clear and camper up the trellis.
Sure. Make a perception roll and then make a... No, you don't need a climbing roll.
Perception is 21.
Okay. You make sure the coast is clear, and it isn't. Just as you're about to lift off and put weight on the trellis, you see a pair of dog eyes in the darkness from the side of the house watching you. And you hear a slight little growl.
Hold, please.
Okay.
I'll wait. It won't wait. I'm not good with dogs.
I will approach it,
What are you doing?
and I kind of stick my arm out.
Okay.
And
Before you do that, as you get close to it, you see it is not a normal dog.
okay,
It is kind of bulldogish in facial structure, but it has more jutting out randomish teeth. It is also a little bigger than a normal dog, more of a slightly larger wolf size.
okay.
And the last descriptor is the most interesting. It's also
It attacks.
it's lightly dripping of shadows.
Ooh.
Okay.
And it's staring more at him.
Yes.
Stop
Okay.
approaching at that point.
You're about 15 feet away from it. Would you like to draw your bow?
That's savage. So I do still attempt to tap into my primeval awareness, which gives me an innate ability to communicate with beasts. They recognize you as a kindred spirit. Through sounds and gestures, you can communicate simple ideas to a beast. As an action, you can read its basic mood and intent, hopefully not to eat me. You learn its emotional state, whether it is affected by magic of any sort, its short-term needs, such as food or safety, and actions you can take, if any, to persuade it not to attack.
Okay. Primeval awareness, ranger ability. All right.
Amidst all of that, there's a slight rustling as the halfling does not want to be on the ground with this thing and starts climbing the trellis.
You're clambering up the trellis. All right. Elmon, you are trying to communicate with this beast and trying to read its mood. What are you trying to communicate from your end? A basic idea.
Just like we're friends. I'm like not here to hurt you. I'm just gonna climb up this trellis here, and you can go about your way. Maybe patrol around the front. Everything's fine.
Okay.
Basically, nothing to see here. Move along.
All right, you do so. You try and read its mood, and that's when you realize it is not a beast.
Okay.
And it charges you, quickly covering the ground, and comes right at you, teeth bared, catching you by surprise, and you still beat it on initiative.
Okay.
It's coming right at you. Rah!
Is it definitely attacking me?
Yep,
Like no chance of doing anything else at this point.
coming right at you.
Initiative has been rolled.
All right. Well, I mean, no actual combat's occurred yet. All right. So be it. I guess I pull out my rapier and
Rapier.
my sword,
Okay.
and I will stab the shit out of it.
All right. As your bonus, you'll draw it then, and then you can strike twice right before it gets you.
Yep. First one is going to be a 20 non-natural.
Hits.
Let's see.
This is a monstrosity, by the way.
Oh, fantastic.
This is your bonus.
Yeah, so
enemy.
it's plus 2 damage? Nope, plus 4 damage.
What kind of sound is this all making?
Right now, it's just a doggish type sound
Okay.
with some cool shadowy after effects.
From where I'm at, does it look like they're just playing?
From where it's at, you're just seeing trellis and window, and you're just scared.
Okay, so I'm just hearing a little growling.
Yeah.
So that'll be 14 points of damage on the first hit.
That's a huge cut. Nice.
And the second, 11.
11 is a miss.
Okay.
First you hit, the second one, he is jumping all over you. What was your damage one more time?
14.
14. Got it. It dives at you, grabbing onto your arm. It's got a hold and is starting to sink its teeth into your flesh. Ooh, yeah, with a 24.
Yeah.
You are hit for 10 points of piercing damage. You need to make a strength saving throw, please.
So I have advantage on all saving throws versus my favorite enemies.
Nice.
The strength, it would be 11.
Anticipating what it would do, you still can't counter its weight, and it drags you down, and you are knocked prone on your butt.
Little help here.
Rill, you are halfway up the trellis, about 10 feet up.
I hear that.
You're in back of the house.
Side of the house.
Okay.
You may make a perception roll disadvantage, Puck, to hear it. Go ahead.
I turn to the beast and I start making growling sounds of my own, mimicking and mocking it. However, instead of the mockery, it's dissonant whispers.
You're doing dissonant whispers while you're 10 feet up,
10
still on the
feet
trellis.
up. Yes.
Okay. Describe dissonant whispers.
Creature within range that can hear you makes a wisdom saving throw.
Okay. Or it takes terrible pain, I believe.
It takes terrible pain.
Interesting. Wisdom saving throw is probably going to be good. It is at 20
Wow.
That will succeed.
versus
Smart
your
dog.
spell DC. It is intent on destroying this elf. That's
However, it will still take half of the damage that I'm about to dish out. It's 1, 2, and 3. Takes 7 points of psychic damage.
7 points. It winces in pain and keeps attacking Elmon. Anything else, Rill? Otherwise, we're moving on.
As a bonus, can I slip down off of the top of the trellis?
You can drop down and take no damage, yes.
Then I will do that as a bonus action.
Okay.
Or a move.
Sure, both are good. Elmon, you're up.
My perception roll was 15.
Oh, that's pretty good. You can hear the sounds of fighting and a weird lyrical spell being cast that you attribute to your new friend Rill.
Mr. Wizard, I think our friends are in trouble. We gotta find them. I hear something on the side of the house.
Oh, and how do we get there?
We can walk around to the side.
For the guards.
Try walking.
We're not. I mean, we can't get. Well, let's find where the noise is coming from. Maybe we can scale the wall.
So there's this manor. It's got a 4-section wall around it, and then on it, the sides of it are other manors with 4-section walls around it.
So it's like
Oh, so there's not
fence
like
to
an
fence.
alley.
No alley between.
We'll go into the neighbor's yard and.
Okay.
it's not guarded.
They're also
I guess.
having a guarded party. No, just kidding. Just kidding. Just kidding.
So yeah, neighbor's yard, trying to figure out where exactly, and then
All right.
how tall is the wall?
High enough that you'll need someone with a lot of strength to hoist you up.
I'll roll.
Like 10,
I'll roll.
10 feet?
Yeah, it's about 10, 12 feet.
Okay.
All right, make a roll, Avius.
Puck, here, I'll help you up. With a 15.
Woo! He lifts you up.
He
You grab.
was just kidding before during the puppet show.
You get up and pull yourself over and
With the bow and quiver.
with the bow and quiver.
Yep.
And roll over. You're with all that gear. Unfortunately, you're not able to help Avius up. And you flop over on the other
Can I
side.
drop the bow and quiver?
Oh yeah, you can toss him hard right to the ground.
Oh,
It's 10 feet. It's on the grass.
You're in combat.
I'm still yelling, don't drop the bomb!
You can feel it
My
innately.
danger sense kicks in.
No, I drop the bow and quiver and I try to help. I don't know how I'm going to help Avius up, but I'll try.
All right, make a strength roll, Puck.
A 5.
5.
that won't do it.
Yeah, you're struggling. You just it's this old man in a robe scrambling up and sliding down the wall, scrambling up and sliding down the wall. This thin little goblin hand trying to grab onto him.
Hold on.
You cast Remove Neighborhood.
I cast. Oh, wait. Never mind.
All right, done. Yes. Let's pause there. Elmon.
Yeah.
You're on your back. This
Okay.
shadowy dog is tearing into your arm.
So if I'm not mistaken, I have to use half of my movement speed to get unprone,
Sure.
and then I will stab out with my rapier.
Rapier, go for it.
Am I really saying it different?
I'm hearing raper.
No.
He's saying rapier,
Rapier.
and you're putting the accent on the first syllable. Rapier.
That's the difference. I'll go with either, but it's rapier.
with my sword.
It's more rapier. Never.
You're
mind.
going to do this crappy audio edit every time.
Just copy paste.
All right.
I'll paste mine over him saying it.
I'm going to pull out my rapier.
People are horrible. All right. So stabbing out with my sword. It's going to be a 14,
That cuts into the animal's or the monster's flesh.
and he is wounded. And that's going to be, well, let's see. It's 15, 20, 24 points of damage.
24 is twice what it had remaining.
Okay.
You skewer it. It makes a howling noise.
Plus 4 for greater favor.
And all is quiet. Rill, you're just sensing everything you can, and you don't hear any sounds from the guards in the front or any sounds from the guards in the back.
So can I dispose somehow this creature's body?
It's pretty dark back here. This is where you
All
would
right,
discard
I'll,
something in the front.
Okay. I'll stick it under the trestle or whatever.
There's a
Cover
bush,
it.
sure.
Cover it with leaves.
Why
or
do you want to
just
touch that thing?
He licks his hands off afterwards.
Rill, make a perception roll. Oh!
Still learning my character.
There is a second one of these shadow beasts that is also on the prowl. They are masters of hiding in the shadows, as one might suspect. However, it critically failed its stealth roll.
And I got a non-natural 20.
Whoa! Non-natural. That's good.
Non-natural.
That's really good.
Non-natural.
You are able to see this thing well before it's anywhere near this side of the yard. You can see another one of these doggish shadow silhouettes moving in the back part of the yard, heading towards the back gate. It knows that there's something wrong. It just doesn't know where, and it will probably be here in a couple rounds, if you will.
Come on, there's another one. We have to hurry. Where? No time to look. Just go.
All right, Elmon will start up the trellis.
Up the trellis. Real, you're up the trellis.
Yes.
And Avius, you're trying to get up the wall.
Is there anywhere like
They're gonna run into it.
peepholes in the wall, or like
Sons of bitches.
where a gate
don't know
where I
you're
can
coming.
under in between where the ground and
There's
the
definitely a gate
is,
right there.
like,
Yep.
But I'm like right,
Then I run over to the gate
right on
and
the
then
wall.
do Misty Step.
On top of the wall. You guys
Okay.
should be able to see me.
You're right
I
at the
mean,
gates.
If I
Yep.
see you, things might be different.
You cast Misty Step,
I do.
and you teleport a short distance through the gap that you can see and appear on the other side instantly.
30 feet, yeah.
All right.
I can go anywhere where I can see within 30 feet. So
Nice.
that's what I do.
Do you
You-
pop out in the genie outfit?
No, I'm still in my robe. It's like looped up and over,
Open from
you know,
the
like
speed
tied,
of
like
getting-
Daisy
I
Duke
see, I
kind
see.
of. You know how she tied her shirt, like
You tie your robe up by your
Yeah.
chest.
Uh-huh.
So,
All right.
dong's hanging
Do I
out.
see Elmon?
You see Avius.
You can see Elmon ascending a trellis. Yes.
Okay.
You were in the adjoining yard.
No, I was up on the wall, right? He lifted me up
Oh,
on
yeah,
the
yeah.
wall. and I
Then
was
you can
trying to get-
absolutely see him, yeah.
And I like whistle. And I point down to your bow.
His bow and everything is in the other yard.
Oh, when I dropped it, because I went up on the wall with it, I dropped it in the...
No.
Okay.
No.
That's how I was imagining it, but no problem. Then I just perch on the wall and like keep watch.
All right, you look for watch. You try and reach out a hand for the old man, and he's not there. And you see him arrogantly.
being mauled by a dog.
You see Avius arrogantly pointing towards his great spell that he cast that you didn't see in any way
You
whatsoever.
couldn't have picked up the bow before you did that?
It's on the other side of the wall.
The side of the wall that you left.
No.
Yeah.
They were just trying to get into the neighbor's yard. Your
I went
bow's
from
in the
the
neighbor's
street.
yard. Avius is in the neighbor's yard. Puck is on the neighbor's
Oh, you guys
wall
aren't
to the
even
street.
in the right
No.
yard yet.
No.
Oh my god.
See, I thought we were in the
Okay.
neighbor's yard scaling the wall
Right.
to get into.
No. It was
I hear a
also-
goblin whistle. I look around for Puck.
Rill, you can see Puck is Puck is perched on the I wanted to say porch. Puck is perched on the wall, and you need to make a stealth roll, Puck, because you are moderately standing out in the night.
Oh shit.
Natural one.
Natural.
Stand up.
one.
Woo! Hey! Guys, over here!
Damn.
Rill, you can see Puck,
3
and
moves.
Puck, you can see Rill, and you unfortunately just go, "Hey!" and you wave when you know you're like, "Oh!" As soon as you know, you're like,
hospitality.
"Oh!" And then in the chaos of the night, which is that's still it's quiet though, so it's not chaotic. In the calmness of the night, you can just hear, "What's that?" from the front gate of the party house, and then, "Is that the dummy?"
That's right. It's turd smugglers.
What the? I don't like this.
And I take off running along the top of the wall.
Towards the gates where the guards are.
No, away from the guard.
Away from them. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Rill, clinging to the trellis, you can see one of the guards at the front of the gate is running alongside the outside the street and is running along, trying to see what the heck is going on with this weird puppet.
Okay.
He's out on the street, which leaves one guard left out front of the gate. You and Elmon are at the top of the trestle. There is a window there, and it does not want to open easily, and you need to make an athletics roll to wedge it and force it open.
Athletics, or can we do thieves' tool? Like,
No, this one's just raw. Actually, it's just going to do raw strength, not even athletics.
how strong are you, Ro? You want to arm wrestle?
How strong are you? But let me tell you a story about the strength of orcs. Da-da-da! And I give him some bardic inspiration.
You have bardic inspiration, so the next 10 minutes, you can add a D8.
Sweet. Do I have to roll that one?
You don't have to.
And
no,
you don't have to use it for this roll, but you can, and you can also use it after the roll.
Ooh. Well then.
So don't throw it.
Yeah.
You can wait for his determination.
No.
No, I can't.
Oh, no?
No.
Oh.
So I'm going to go ahead and toss this. So a 12 will turn into a 19.
A 19. Hearing the story of the orcish strength, is that what you said?
The orcish wrestlers.
The orcish wrestler tale. You're like, yeah, it's kind of funny. You get this burst of strength, and the window opens up, and there's some little curtains that flap with a breeze, but there wasn't much of a noise at all, other than some weird, squealing, taunting goblin noise off in the distance.
What is he doing up there?
It's business as usual. Don't worry. This is typical. And then I'll listen at the window, make sure there's no noise.
Where's he throwing your bow?
Take that, guards! Just throwing your magic arrows, 100 gold each.
Trying to javelin the Elnoran arrows.
Bet you can't take all these home with you. You hear no sound at the open window.
All right, I will roll into the study
An unnecessary James T. Kirk roll into the study.
and whip my sword out. And
Or hey, you are in the study. There is a desk you find just inside the window, so you roll across the desk, knock over a quill and ink.
try and grab it before it falls over and makes any noise.
Make an overall stealth roll for me.
Non-natural 20.
Oh, fantastic. You catch it, although your left hand is now slathered with a purplish ink. Avius! You're excited about your cool spell, how you didn't have to use energy to get up to the other side. You're walking over to Puck to tell him, oh, did you see that? And he just starts making a loud fool of himself and is running past you in the wrong direction.
I whip my head around, notice that, and think, well, that's Puck.
Business as usual.
I
Stealth
recognize, I see commotion in the window.
Yeah, in the
above.
other yard, you can see Elmon is rolling unnecessarily through a window. And then carefully, you see Rill stepping in.
How far away is that window from me?
If you walk up to the edge of this wall, you're at maybe 55 feet.
Oh, okay. I go grab the bow and quiver, and then I start kind of hastily running across the fence that divides the 2 yards
Okay.
to look for an opening somewhere along that fence, like a neighborly, kind of.
There is a little neighborly gate, and it opens.
Excellent.
By the way, so did the one to the front. Just to taunt you further.
Guards were there.
Always check the door.
The yeah. Fuck you.
I thought you were so going to check it and make Puck look like an idiot. Okay, yeah. So you're going to open that up and step into the yard. Gotcha.
Mm-hmm.
Rill and Elmon. Carefully making sure I get your name right, Elmon. You guys are inside.
Baelish Kohler.
You whip out your badges.
You are inside this study. It is very, very dark.
Oh, no.
Your eyes start to adjust with dark vision. You can make out the shapes of the area around you.
I do not benefit from dark vision, by the way. I have normal halfling vision. We have normal... We're beautiful, but we can't see crap.
Interesting. All right, well, Avius, you're in good company. Rill, you are in a near pitch black study, and Elmon, you can make out the different tables, furnitures, bookcases, and this one is small, but has a door out, and again, light would help your situation, but not be absolutely necessary. What are you looking for?
I can't see. Find me a light.
Don't you have dark vision?
No.
Sing a song or something.
I need a light. I don't have one. Bardic inspiration to everyone.
A glow fills the room.
I'll look for like a lantern or candle or something like a very mild light.
You can see he has a lamp that is on, but just turned very, very low and closed off, and you're able to turn it up and then open up whatever you need it to.
Before I...
No, too late. Maximum. Yes.
Guards everywhere.
Achtung!
Before, kicking on the lamp, I assume there's a crack at the bottom of the door of some sort.
Yes.
To outside of the study.
Yes.
Is there some sort of cloth or so? I'm sure there's something I have. I basically want to drop something covering the crack in the door so that...
All right, you take 4 platinum bars and wedge them.
Basically. And then just a 5th for good measure.
Where'd you get that from?
Don't you worry. Yeah, I will basically so that if somebody looks up there, they're not seeing, shadows moving around,
Okay.
giving us away.
There are 2 chairs here that have removable cushions you're able to wedge and push in there.
I'll do that.
Done.
But, make sure they don't, stick out on the other side or anything, No, trying to keep it stealthy.
Done.
And then I'll raise the lantern light enough so that the halfling can see.
Puck, you continue to run along the roof and are now onto the 3rd building down the way and are continuing to just run this guard around.
Yeah, just yelling crap at him. Come on, dick butt, catch me!
Right as you say dick butt and catch me, make an acrobatics roll, please.
Yes.
Crap. A 3.
Oh!
I go into dice hell?
Yep.
So catch me is followed by you jumping into his arms.
Actually,
Basically.
probably being plowed into by a monstrous dog.
You should make note of that specific die.
Mm-hmm.
You call him dick butt and catch me, and then
That's the dick butt die.
and then you fall. Then you fall off. Not like a comedic fall and hit your balls on it. Just this brutal Peter Griffin just crunch off the side, your arm and leg bent behind you.
He's already getting out the extra on the damage.
The guard comes running right up to you, and as you get up with a slightly dazed, groggy head, he said, "What did you call me?" And he doesn't stop. He runs right up and tries to punt Puck across the street.
No.
That's
makes
rude
an
in any
attack.
language.
He tries to punt, but misses entirely. You're able to dodge out of the way, and his kick goes wide. "You little ass! What the hell kind of game are you pulling?"
Want to see a magic trick?
Damn it! Yes, I do.
Also his vulnerability.
Everyone in Rivergate are just avid magic fans.
Everyone knows it. All the con artists just bring magic tats.
Furiously sits down and waits for the.
Sits on his hands even.
All right, that was good, but I'm still going to kick your ass. I was thoroughly entertained. All right, he draws his sword and says, "Get out of here before I kill you."
Why would you want to kill me? I'm turd smuggling.
He points the sword at you, not close, he's not touching you with it, and says, "I'm warning you."
Bring it on, fatty.
God, I don't want to hurt the adorable goblin.
The guard looks around. Where's the ventriloquist?
I know you're around here. Very close. He ignores you and just arrests
Just
Avius.
stabbing the bush. The other guard comes up. What the hell are you doing?
He stabs you, Puck, with a 17.
It's a hit.
You get to your feet. You are stabbed only for 5 points of piercing.
You want to see that magic trick now? And I turn into a bear.
All right. And that takes an action, right? Or a bonus action.
Bonus act. Oh, no, that is an action.
All right. Zoom, you morph into a bear.
Right before I turn into a bear, I call him a fuckhead.
He steps back. What? What is... Easy. And he's backing away.
I'm gonna rush him.
Okay, Russia making a bear attack.
Ooh, it's been a while. Yeah, with just a claw. No, actually, you know what? I'm gonna bite him, like right in the leg, right in
Okay.
the fatty part of his thigh.
Inner thigh.
15.
15's a hit. How much damage does your bear form do with a bite to the inner thigh?
5.
He's a low-level guard. That straight
a
up
love
kills
bite.
him. No, I'm just kidding. Just kidding. Just kidding.
Not my intent.
Why? Why? This is just a friendly.
It's just a love nipple.
You take a bite out of him, and he is running back towards the house.
I don't give chase.
Okay. Meanwhile,
Have we
Avius.
heard any of this?
Nope, they're a couple houses
Yeah,
down.
Okay.
Yeah.
Avius, you hear all sorts of chaos.
I'm walking through the gate.
Okay, you're through the gate. You are now
Going as play.
in the yard of the party house
Typical
manor.
Inglorious Barge fashion.
You need to make a perception roll, Avius, to notice the shadow mastiff
Yeah.
that is making its way towards the side.
That's the name of my next cat. Shadow.
mastiff.
Perception?
Yes, please.
That's gonna be all the way up to an 8.
I rolled a 6, but it is +4 to stealth.
Damn it.
It rolled a 10. You do not sense it as it closes in. You are making your way towards the trestle, I assume,
How far away am I from it now?
from the window.
Trestle or window, either one.
You're 45 feet,
Okay.
so you're getting closer, is what I'm assuming.
Mhm.
Okay, as you make your way over there, are you going fast, stealthy-like, casual walking pace?
I'm in a hurried sneak.
Okay. One hurried sneak it is. As you're making your way over, the shadow mastiff is hiding in the shadows, lunges out at you, and tries to take you down. And I will roll initiative here. It goes first. A bunch of gnarled, and gnarly teeth come biting at you for a 13.
That's the AC? or
Attack to hit
Oh, that's
versus your armor
damn
class.
it. Just barely.
Just got you. You
Man, if you only
almost
had
dodged
bracers
out of
of
the way.
protection.
Little finger being given to Elmon.
Oh, okay.
You almost get out of the way. Instead, you are pierced by 10 points of piercing damage.
Pierced. Okay.
One for
These-
each tooth.
These teeth just dig into you, and then you need to make a strength saving throw, your forte, as it tries to pull you down to the ground.
You still using that same shitty dice?
No, I grabbed a new one.
Good.
That's how come I got 8.
New die
on
in
perception.
play.
9
9.
eights.
Let me do the math. So that's 8.
And you are taken down to the ground. Rill, you're closest to the window.
I yell out, "Ow! Ow!"
You do hear that, Rill.
Oh no! The old man!
Elmon is nonplussed and
I
continues
shield my eyes from the love.
What would the two of you, and particularly Rill, what would you like to do inside the study? There's light now. It is lit up.
And now aware of that, and oh no! This room won't do any good. Oh, the old man! And I
Keep it down.
try to help the old man. I dive down below.
So you have to climb on top of this desk and shuffle over towards the window.
Oh, I thought I was right next to the.
No,
window.
you're in the room.
Oh, I'm
So
in the
you're
room.
climbing back through the...
In the room. So I still see him though.
Nope, right now you just heard a sound.
Oh, I
You're
just
in the
heard it.
study, you
Okay.
heard a sound.
I mean, I am going to go over there and look out the window.
Well,
as
we're going to have a real go
Yes,
first.
I understand.
This. Oh no! This is not the right room. We need the bedroom. Where's the bedroom? Find us the bedroom. What's that sound? And Rill will go over to the
The door out, the window.
window out.
Okay. You climb onto the desk and you crawl over towards the window. Out the window, you can see Avius is on his back, wrestling with a dog mass of shadows.
There's another one out there. The one that bit you.
Why is that man always on his back?
Brown chicken, brown cow.
What do you
We
want?
have to help him.
What do you
And
want
I-
to do, Rill?
Scramble out the door and begin my way down the trellis.
Down the trellis, out the window, down the trellis. Okay.
Yes.
You're doing that, and Elmon,
If I may,
Yes.
what's the top of the trellis? How high up would I be?
you're at the window right now.
Yeah, at the window. Sorry, at the top.
Yeah, you're just on the second story.
just on the second story.
Second story, so probably, 15 feet away?
Sure. 15 feet up.
Okay. So
And
how far away from the Shadow Mastiff? is
He's
Elmon?
about 45 feet away horizontally. So 45 squared plus 15 squared.
Probably 57.
No one said there was any math involved in this game.
So scaling ensues for.
Yeah, you're down. Elmon, what are you doing?
You got my bow? Shit. I guess, that thing wasn't that tough. I'll go back inside.
Okay. Puck, what are you doing?
So I'm in like the front of the house.
Hold on. Last time I was shot by a fireball, and Olgrim was left to his own
I'm a new
devices
character. I have
after
no idea what you're
falling
talking
30
down.
feet of climbing ability. So what I want to do is scale the wall
By
into
this
the
guy,
yard
right
of
over
the
here.
neighbor's house, several houses down, and
Okay.
then like just
All right.
just keep going until I can get to where my party
47
is.
and a half feet.
All right. Okay, you do so. The bear scrambles over the wall and is into a neighbor's yard. There's some screams from some woman looking out the window as this bear runs across her yard and goes over that wall and just Ferris Bueller's its way
Yep.
from yard to yard to yard. And you
Pauses
get
when he sees a couple nice lady
it
bears.
comes back, hey there. And you stop briefly at the next door house as you see there is a quiver filled with really nice arrows there and a pretty classic looking bow on the ground just inside the wall. What'd you want to do about that, Smokey?
Chew toy.
Could I I want to gently like pick him up with my mouth
Okay.
and then scramble over the wall.
All right, make a gentle mouth roll, please. Actually, don't make that roll. You do so, and we'll make the roll later.
Here you go.
You pick them up in your mouth. You scamper up over the wall, or you want to go through the open gate?
Oh, the open gate.
All right, you barely fit through it
Haha, nice.
and get your fat bear butt
Barely.
through there. And as you do so, you see Avius is on his back. And Avius, what are you going to do? This dog is right on top of you. You've made a light squeal for help. And you can also hear in the distance someone's shouting out an alarm of, "Bear! There's a bear out here!"
Stealth successful.
Avius casts. Where are my?
Fireball.
Where? Here we go. Avius casts Firebolt.
Firebolt.
Or confuse the hell out of it and put the faithful hound down. Just stare at each
The
other.
faithful hound spell.
Yeah. Firebolt. It's range, so is that disadvantage?
Disadvantage because you're engaged. You're so engaged.
We set a date.
All right. Make your roll. Good luck.
Uh, 13.
13. You lash out with some flaming magic and you light it up. Do some damage.
That's gonna be. Six. Do I add the tech?
No, whatever it reads there.
Just 6.
All right. You do 6 points of damage. Boom. It gets hit with fire. Rill. And you can also get up to your feet.
Okay. I do.
Rill, you are on the ground outside next to the trellis. What do you want to do?
Oh, I will scramble forward towards this thing. I didn't bring a sword. That's bad. I will I will mock it viciously.
Okay.
Your shadows are thin and feeble. and you can't bite worth a damn.
And what does that do?
That's
Vicious mockery.
see if it can hear me.
Sure can.
All right. Must make a wisdom saving throw right now.
4. That's a fail.
I'm rolling for psychic damage, and it has disadvantage. Takes 4 total points of damage.
Great. And
Psychic.
it has disadvantage on its next attack.
Disadvantage on its next attack.
All right. Done. The Shadow Mastiff attacks you, Avius, again, relentlessly attacking, and I rolled disadvantage with the cutting words and got a 20.
Whoa!
Sinking more teeth into your thigh
Holy hell.
with disadvantage for 10 points of piercing damage and pulls you down again, possibly with a strength saving throw, Avius.
I can intercept that, can I not?
I don't know. Do you have a reaction?
I do have a
Are
reaction.
you going to use it?
I am so going to use it.
What is this reaction? What are you casting?
So I did Vicious Mockery. This is cutting words.
Okay.
So I follow through with the diatribe of verbiage, and I am adding my Bardic Inspiration to counter the amount on your roll. So I'm going to roll this, and it's going to reduce your roll there by
My
that much.
attack roll.
Yes. your
Okay.
attack roll.
It's got to get down to a 12.
Yeah.
He rolled a 20. So you need to...
A natural 20?
No,
No,
but you
a
would need to
modified
roll a
20.
9 to return.
Oh, okay. Well,
You rolled
then
really, really
that-
well.
That won't happen. then.
Okay,
Sorry.
Yeah.
never mind. So you take 10 points of piercing and you need to make a strength saving throw. And
I
you
thought it was a
also,
natural 20. I
on
was
the
just gonna
cutting
break
words, I think you have to do that before the result is determined. Just
Okay.
keep a timing issue out for that.
All right.
You got to be on the ball. So before I call out the damage or your hit. That's another fail.
a modified 1.
Okay.
And
You are taken down to the ground hard, and it's got a good lock on you now. And we will go to Puck.
I'm gonna gently set the bow and quiver on the ground.
All right, you whip your head hard to the left and fling him across the yard.
Shake it around.
You toy it up.
As gently as this big ass bear can do, and then I'm gonna run and try to tackle this bear or tackle this dog creature off of our poor
Shadow
wizard.
Mast.
All right, make an attack roll with it. Like a claw, but without any damage.
14.
Is a hit. You're able to tackle it, get it off of Avius, and you have it pinned moderately. And we will go no damage on that.
No damage.
And we'll go to Who just went? It just went. We'll go to. I think we'll go to Rill. Sorry, I got my initiative all messed up here.
All right. The flurry of words continues. I make another attack of Vicious Mockery on it.
All right. We said wisdom saving
That is a
throw.
wisdom saving throw.
8 is a fail.
Another massive 4 points of damage,
4
which is max, by the way. And it has disadvantage.
Disadvantage again. It hears, even though it doesn't understand your language, it can hear you and is thrown off by the magic cacophony in its ears. Before it can act, though, Avius, you may go.
It's trailed into a series of whistles and clicks to try and make it think like someone's calling it, like a normal dog.
Woohoo.
I cast Blade Ward on myself.
Okay.
So I'm. I have resistance to piercing.
You have some protection.
Piercing for 1 round.
You stand up being saved by a charging bear. You stand up and then you blade ward yourself for protection for the round. It is
And then I run
towards
the trellis.
Okay. What's the difference between a trestle and a trellis?
Sorry. What?
I don't know.
Trestle is bridge.
Trestle
Oh,
is-
okay, thank you.
Bridge
Yeah.
archway.
Trellis.
Trellis.
Rapier.
Trellis.
You're running there, and the Shadow Mastiff is ignoring you, Avius, and is going toe-to-toe with this new animal that has joined the combat. And it is attacking you, Puck, in bear form with disadvantage. Oh, and that becomes a critical failure.
Perfect.
And you can make a free attack at it right now of your choice.
I'll claw at it.
Swiping at it with bear claws.
13
is a hit.
7 damage.
Huge swipe. And Rill, you can hear from your left the front gate closing, and 2 guards are now making their way in this direction. 2 guards from the front gate can hear there's cacophony. They can't quite see everything in the darkness of the side area, but they can't see anything, but they can hear some chaos going on.
Okay.
And they're about maybe 100 feet away, 80 feet away. So that's done. Bump, bump, bump. And Puck, you're up.
I'm gonna swipe at this guy with my claw again
Okay.
with a 18
Is a hit.
with for 3 damage, and then I'm gonna have a multi-attack, so I'm gonna bite him now.
Ooh,
For a 4.
is a miss.
Yeah.
All right, it is looking, it is moving around a little slower, not doing as well. Bump, bump, bump. Real, you're up.
Jesus, I dispatched this thing in like 2 rounds. What the
Shut
hell are you
your mouth.
You're the master of monsters.
I didn't even have my bow.
I start tweening 2 noises together with my lute, and they counteract, and then from this point, it starts to create this kind of shimmering bubble that kind of passes out and encompasses everyone who's in this kind of
Side area melee.
side area melee, and just kind of swells up, and everything goes quiet.
Perfectly quiet. Casting
Perfect
silence.
silence.
Nice.
What's the radius on that?
That radius 20 foot from where it's centered.
Yeah, you don't cover yourself or Avius, but you're able to cover the Mastiff, and you're able to cover Puck, and you're able to cover the the third Mastiff that is now joined combat. Elmon just lounging in the study up above in a perfect sniper
I
position
haven't yet.
Oh, okay.
with no bow. Bump, bump, bump. Real done.
Trip.
Yep.
Yeah.
Elmon, you are at the
Trestle?
Trestle? Dang it. You're at the
Trellis.
Trestle?
It's trellis.
trellis. Oh, no.
We're losing viewership.
We've lost the trestle crowd.
You're at the
Trellis.
trellis. And what do you want to do, Avius?
You mean Elmon?
No, Avius.
Okay, because you said me, and then I
I
said I'm right there, and then
Avius.
okay.
So I'm in the bubble.
You are outside the bubble?
I'm outside the bubble, so I have no clue what's happening behind me.
It got freakishly quiet. Probably means Puck is dead, because he's very loud.
If it went from like noisy to quiet, then Avius is going to turn around and
All right, you take a moment, take a bonus action to turn around and take a look, and you see in the darkness there is a bear still going toe-to-toe like some sort of Disney Baloo defensive maneuver thing going on from the Jungle Book. And then you can also see a third, or in your case second, but a third Mastiff of this entire encounter and from the yard is also now joining in and trying to get at the bear from behind.
oh, one of those kind of parties. Earth armor I cast,
All right.
which then triggers my
Shield.
Yeah, my arcane ward.
All right. And I believe that's it for your turn.
Yep, and I'll move back towards.
Into the silence.
Mhm.
All right. Elmon, I've been ignoring you this whole time. Let me know if you want to jump in, or are you good up there?
Now I have plus 20.
I mean, since it's been a while, I was really expecting them to like dispatch this shit and like be done, because I was like, okay, like 2 little pokes with this Mastiff and it's gonna die.
How about you find your blackmail material and come down here and help us?
Yeah. So in the first, I guess, minute or so, I've been searching the study for anything of value.
You have found a
or anything incriminating, like slaver names. Like, I really want to get
okay.
something on.
You
on
have
these
found
slavers.
a purse with 45 silver coins in it.
I mean, how many?
45, 4, 5.
You know,
That's like
I'm not above pilfering a purse, but okay.
And you have found a safe.
Okay.
I take safe.
How secure does the safe seem?
You take a look at it, and it is definitely locked. It seems sufficiently secure. It's not a cheap safe by any means.
I'll give it a shot. I'm going to attempt to open the safe.
All right, with your thieves' tools.
Yes.
So you have tried to unlock things with like broken daggers, with sticks of wood, with the bones of your enemies.
Yeah.
This is the first
I'm
time
excited.
you're using thieves' tools. You get to now, instead of rolling disadvantage, you just get to roll straight. You don't have any specialty in the tools, so you
Do I get sleight of hand?
no, it would be a tool bonus.
Okay.
So just roll a d20. Let's go ahead and
I'm
add-
assuming this wouldn't be considered a land vehicle.
No, you don't get that skill. Let's go ahead and add your dexterity, though. Your dexterity modifier for fun.
Okay.
But this is going to be a little high. It's a little challenging.
Okay. 20, non-natural.
Okay. You start working on the safe, and you're not sure if it's ever going to open or not, but you're feeling confident. And we'll go back to the silent chaos outside.
I'm sure it's fine.
Dun, dun, dun. Shadow Mastiff charges you, Puck, in bear form, and is unable to get you at all. The second one comes at you with advantage and fails miserably as well. You are on the ball, growling and keeping them away, and yet you make no sound.
Silent.
No sound at all.
perfect.
And you get to go. You got a wounded one.
The wounded one, I'm gonna try to take him down with a claw attack for 9.
9's a miss.
And a bite, little bitey action with a 12.
Is a hit.
Ooh. 6 points of damage.
Is hit. There's a big chomp. You feel some sort of weird flesh as you pull back. There's what seems to be a spurt of blood is just a wave of shadows. It stumbles backwards, but is still alive for 6 damage.
Yep.
Feeling a little better about yourself, Elmon, with all these easy kills you did all these. Puck, real stump runner. You have created silence. You can see the guards have stopped. And now they're arguing with each other. So now they're in the front yard. So they're inside the fence. They're not at the side. They hear no sounds at all. And now you just hear, "Oh, look, I'm bleeding right here. It was a bear." And now they're arguing. They are no longer moving towards the side of the house.
I am just watching them, and I'm also looking for any more of the hounds. So I'm
Okay.
spending my time.
Make a reception roll. And then, Avius, you're up.
That's pretty good.
Point of order.
Perception roll is a 22.
You are confident that there are no other shadowy creatures in coming in.
There are no other. Oh.
Yes, Avius.
So if I walk into this area of no sounds,
Mm-hmm. Any spells that have a V, which are 99.9% of them,
yeah,
cannot
okay.
be cast.
Well, now that I know that, after 107 years of doing wizardry magic,
And the whisperings of a ranger.
I will stand right. I will kind of find the edge
Okay.
and stand just outside.
Okay, this is the edge.
107 years taught you couldn't identify it?
Apparently.
Uh-huh.
So I'm right at the edge, and then I want to cast some
Some magic?
some magic missiles, some
Oh.
You don't
Arc
know that
lightning.
spell. That spell you know.
yeah.
You don't know magic missile?
Well, arc lightning.
Arc lightning is his rethemed.
Oh,
That is
right,
my
right,
magic
right, right,
missile.
right. You've been retooled,
Yeah.
Reskinned magic missile.
reskinned.
So I'm gonna do
Fortnite player.
I'll
Would
just do
anyone
level-
buy the Avius skin, though, really? I would buy an oversized puck
I
skin.
know some people would.
It's a little stretchy.
Has a lot of good dance emotes.
Yes.
Arc lightning.
/EM space flap open. Enter.
Trying to floss.
It's hard to floss in a robe. There's 2 of these things.
Yes.
I will cast arc lightning. First one at the damage.
Okay. How many?
Well, 3. So I'm just going to do level 1, so it's 3.
So 1 at the damaged one and 2 at the healthy one?
Yeah.
Okay. Closest one is the first one. 4?
Ooh.
4 plus 1 is 5.
Okay.
Then at the healthy one is 5, 6, 7.
All right. The
What type of damage is it?
Lightning.
Lightning damage? Just
It's
thunder
in
damage.
the name.
Oh, boy, no.
Arc lightning.
What's that?
I said it's in the name.
Yeah.
lightning spews out from your hand and will possibly create some visual interesting things for the guards. But you do hit the Shadow Mastiff behind Puck, wound it. It jumps back a couple feet and then comes rushing right at Puck again. The one that was wounded in front of Puck is killed by your lightning.
Nice.
Which leaves just one Shadow Mastiff left behind. And then I need you, Avius, let's do something weird. I need you to make an arcana roll
Okay.
versus their perception to see if they can spot these 3 lightning bolts.
19.
11, yeah. You mute the lightning and kind of darken up the effect as best you can while still dealing out damage, and they do not see
black lightning.
Black lightning.
You cast between blinks.
Elmon, there is a click and the safe comes open.
Okay.
You open it up all the way and
5 platinum bars.
inside you see there are stacked gold coins, and there is a wedged in there, just barely fitting, is a frame with a painting inside.
How big is the painting? Like
Safe size.
me? Okay. How big is the safe? Painting size.
Safe is 30 feet by
It's a mural.
for
Party
a
of
civic
7
center. Yeah, it's just a normal painting, whatever that is, 2 by 2, something like that.
What is the painting of?
The painting is of a mountainscape with a angelic figure descending upon a foggy, wavy ocean of darkness. Almost like a biblical type scene.
And how many coins are there? Can I snatch them up real quick?
A couple stacks, yeah. You scoop them in there. You will find out later that they are 5d6. All of mine. It is 12, 16. It is 19. Let's round it up to even 20 gold.
Could I conceal this painting on my person?
Oh, and also I want to give a DM inspiration die to Rill for the silence. That was pretty sweet.
That was great.
Oh, and if we can retcon, I also want to give a DM inspiration die to Avius for his crazy ventriloquism. Oh, and if we can retcon, I want to go back and give a DM inspiration die to Puck for his crazy ventriloquism.
Nice.
Elmon, you can suck it. All right.
You got that 20 gold.
Yeah, you got 20 gold. You got 20 gold.
Yeah.
What'd you want to do? You good?
Painting. Can I actually, so looking out the window at this point, I have the painting in my hand. Yeah, how far? To the opposite
A Van
yard.
Gogh just comes flying out of Rembrandt after that.
How far is it to the opposite yard?
To the opposite yard?
Yeah.
Oh, like 50 feet.
With my intimate knowledge of ranged objects and paintings, how far can I chuck this motherfucker?
You would need to make a ranged attack with disadvantage, and you would need a natural 20.
Okay, never mind.
Yeah, that's
Um,
quite a throw.
With no leverage, with just the painting outside the window as you kneel on a desk.
I'm just gonna take a run and just like a boomerang. No. So can I conceal this painting on my person?
What if you take it out?
No, the frame and everything. It's like a brass frame type thing. It's got ornate blah blah blahs.
Blah blah blah.
Blah blah blahs.
If you take it out of the
Yeah. All right. So, drawing my dagger,
Which you do have on you.
I will cut the edges of it out of the frame, roll it, and take it with me.
All right, you do that sweet thief movie, quick slices down the edges of the frame. You take it out, you roll it up. That you can stick back behind your back area, have hands free.
And I didn't find anything about slavers or anything.
You did not.
All right. Look out the window.
Okay, you look out the window and you just see quiet chaos going on out here that you can't imagine has been going on while you've been in
Shaking my
there.
head.
Let's go back up to the top. The last Shadow Mastiff is attacking you, Puck. Oh, critically hits with its vicious bite. And that is going to be 15 points of piercing damage into the bear. And you need to make a bear strength saving throw. A disadvantage, too, if you would, because he got a critical hit.
4.
Okay, you are pinned down, and it's going to get another attack on you, and misses.
Nice.
Yes, misses. They have advantage if you're
Oh,
wrong.
I see.
Still misses. So it's just tearing into this bear, and Puck, you're next.
I'm gonna get up and slash at it with my claw.
You can't get up. It's got its weight full on you. You can make disadvantage attacks against it.
Okay. Claw attack.
Doggone bear. Doggone bear?
15.
Doggone
15, I believe, is a hit.
is a hit.
For 3 points of damage.
All right, you did a little bite.
And then I'm going to
bite.
slash
Little dainty little bite.
for 17
Is a hit.
for 3 points of damage.
All right.
Yay.
You irritate it
Dainty little
twice.
Hmm.
Slight scrape,
Don't worry,
slight
I'm gonna be there
bite.
soon.
Thanks. Thanks, Daddy.
Rill, what do you want to do?
The guards, are they still fussing about there?
They are still fussing about, yes.
And I am still watching them.
Okay,
Based on their movement, I will hold my action and keep watching them.
okay. They are going to go next. One of them, the non-wounded one, says, just go over to the gate, keep your eye on the gate, and put some pressure on it. I'll go check this out. And he starts walking over towards the side of the house, Rill, and you may interrupt and do something.
Alrighty. Is there bush shrubbery that I could get?
Absolutely. He's about 30, 40 feet away. He's in the lit area of the front, heading towards the blackened side area.
The back inside area. Okay.
Come into my silence.
Coming to my side. Jeez. What the hell am I looking at? As he approaches, I draw sweet notes from my lute
Okay.
from the shadow area wherever I'm at,
He hears music coming out.
and he feels the need to sleep.
To sleep. Casting sleep.
Casting sleep.
All right. How the heck does that work? With his hit points, I believe a roll needs to be made. He's not a little guy like Baelish was.
No, he's not. No, I would be casting sleep. He looks like a pretty hardy guard, does he not?
He does. He is unwounded.
Then I will cast this at a level 3. And he will roll...
You get to roll.
I don't have enough dice for this.
Just add it together.
All right.
So you're going to roll... You're rolling...
So I need 9 d8s.
What level are you casting it?
3.
So you're rolling 98, and that's as many hit points as you get to put to sleep. It's crazy cool.
Actually, I'm pretty close, actually. I've got a bunch. I can use all these.
I have 7 here. 8.
Well, I can use Yellis. Look at that. That's 7 there. 8, 9. I'm good.
He's good. Thanks.
Thank you. Can I add the inspiration die into this mess?
No, not on that one.
Okay.
Oh, no, not on the inspiration die. Sorry, never mind.
Fireball. Okay. 20, 11, what do we got? That was that's 29 and 11. So 40 total, 42.
All right. You put him to sleep. He drops to his knees, kind of yawns a little bit, and just gets cozy right in the little grass. And maybe 20 feet behind him, between him and the front gate, the wounded guard does the same. Both are now asleep.
Oh, I think I did too much.
They will be asleep for 1 minute or until they are hurt or shaken awake. 1 minute only.
Okay.
Done. That was real Avius.
More arced lightning.
Okay.
We'll do, no, actually, I'm gonna do firebolt.
Firebolt.
Firebolt. 25.
Huge hit. Very accurate. Right on the snout.
Yeah, 25, so 8.
Reroll that 2. You did a nice big hit. Give it extra damage. Whoa!
8, or 16.
16
Nice.
is a huge hit, huge enough that the beast dies. Flaming hits its mouth area. It howls loudly in agonizing pain.
But no one hears it.
With complete silence. Just miming its death, it seems like, and it is gone. And it is off of you, Puck.
That was
Perfect.
And all is quiet, I guess you could say. There are 2 sleeping guards out front. Elmon is climbing down the trellis.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
And what do you guys want to do?
What have you guys been doing?
Imagine my tune is still playing for the minute, or is it just it plays for that bit? And
It
then
lingers, but it's not concentration, so you don't have to keep playing.
okay.
Oh yeah, paw at Elmon and like motion with my snout towards his bow.
Oh, yeah, you see your bow and your quiver. I need you, Puck, to make a gentle mouth roll to see what the total effect was.
16.
Oh, it's in good, though slobbery condition.
Yeah, that's right.
I can wipe a little slobber off. I don't have
Like
a problem
that,
with that.
thick old
Yeah,
dog
like bear
slobber.
mucusy. Yeah, that's fine. And kind of like that scene from Alien.
Oh, yeah,
Kinda
it's
like,
sticky.
"Oh."
Nobody touched nothing.
All right, I'll collect my bow and arrows, and well, let's get out of here. We know
We're not done. We've got to go up.
up where.
Up the trellis to the room.
What's happening?
I thought we already did that.
What are we doing?
I've been down here dealing with this.
What?
You weren't up there the whole time. What were you doing?
And I point to the guards in the field. Took care of them.
I mean, it looks
30
like they're just
seconds.
sleeping.
Yeah, 30 seconds. We gotta go.
Mission Impossible timers are synced.
I'm confused. What's
Do you guys
happening?
not have to talk to that lady anymore?
What do you have there?
Nothing. Nothing at all.
Do I see him carrying this thing?
Yeah, you can see some wrapped looking scroll or painting on his back.
What is that?
Nothing. Wasn't it the study that we needed to be in?
Yes. Well,
Elmon,
yes.
make a deception roll. Rill, make a insight roll, please.
You guys are on the same team.
Yeah, you are on the same team.
No.
20.
Well, you'll be at that.
All right, you think it's not what you're thinking of.
Okay. Then we should go back. We need to go back now. The guards will wake up soon.
All right, let's go.
Puck hears that the guards are going to wake up soon and goes over to Avius and kind of like paws at him and like kneels down in front of him so he can maybe get up on him
Okay,
and we can get the hell out of there.
Avius climbs on the
you
bear back.
mount up on the bear.
Yep.
Rill starts making his way to the trellis.
Okay, Rill is climbing up.
Elmon follows.
Okay, Rill, you are back inside the study, and you are...
Just an empty frame, open safe.
Yeah, you see there's a safe that's there, empty frame. Sure, some coins or a book has been stolen or something. The place has been looted.
What happened?
Elmon pokes his head in through the window.
Huh? What? What do you think happened?
Was this you? Did you take this?
Just look at him. So what else do we need to do here?
Why would you lie?
I didn't lie. What did I lie about?
And I push past him and I go out the window.
All right.
Time wasted.
You head back down, and as you hit the bottom of the trellis, the guards start to stir and wake up.
I have to go.
Let's go.
Oh, what was that? I don't know. Was that magic?
Boost him over the I guess the wall into the next.
You can just go out the side gate into the neighbor's yard and you're totally good.
No, totally want to boost him over the wall.
You guys are in the neighbor's yard, and then you close that gate behind you and you walk out. You walk out that gate out into the street, and you guys are free and clear, as they will at some point find a bunch of weird, dead, monstrous shadow dogs in the yard and a stolen painting later on tonight.
Were they not aware of the dogs there?
Dead ones.
Oh, okay, but when they were alive, were they aware of them?
They did not mention anything at all about the dogs.
Okay. Puck turns back into Puck.
All right, you guys are going back home?
I believe so. Back to Middlehawks, yes.
All right, you guys are back at Middlehawks. Anything you want to do, say, rest?
Avius, on the walk home, wants to inquire
Go for it.
to Rill. So Rill,
Silence.
You're more than a performer, yes.
Sometimes I
Where
have to be.
where did you learn your skills, your magic?
Oh, it's a long story. Perhaps I'll tell you. And I go into some portion of detail about his past there, but
Tell us a little.
spent most of my time in recent months traveling, trying to make coin here and there, moving my family about.
You have a family.
I do. Well, I do. But I'm looking for them now. As it is, to answer your question, I've picked up song and story here and there as I go along. The interesting thing about some that I do is the stories themselves, the words, they have a harmony to them. Said in the right order, you can create a laugh, or make a person cry, or hand over all that they belong, or do heinous deeds. But it is how you use these. But that is how I actually got involved with some of these individuals that we're looking for.
Elmon gives out a curse, turns around, and starts walking right back the way you guys came. When you ask him why, he says, Baelish.
Yeah.
You walk back in a mile and find the crates where you have stored the people.
We're dumb.
Pops out gasping.
Hermetically sealed! Why hermetically sealed? So you've got Baelish there.
Uh-huh.
I stayed here, just like you said.
Good job, Baelish. You've managed to keep yourself alive this long.
And you're gonna honor your deal?
Of course we will.
And give me the money?
Of course I will.
He's waiting to be unbound. Is like your innocence thing going boop 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 boop, trying to trigger where on the wheel?
Funk. Oh,
Guilty.
So, what are you going to do when we send you on your way, Baelish? What's your intention?
Well, with all that money you're going to give me, I'm going to hit the road east and travel along there. I think there might be a donkey I can rent to ride out, and then I'll hit inns and go in along the road and go to next town and find a job working in a kitchen there, maybe.
Okay. Stay out of trouble.
Absolutely.
Don't mess with shadow cultists.
No, none of that.
Because you see what you're up against, you see what they do, and you see the kind of people fighting them.
I don't like any of the people involved in this situation.
What are you trying to say?
back in the box.
You are no longer innocent in my eyes. Because if you do decide to get involved with this, we will come for you. And I toss him a sack of 50 gold.
All right.
He can't grab with his bound hands.
And stuff a random painting canvas in there. You give him 50 gold? He says, thank you so much. You'll never see me again.
That would be for the best.
And he scurries off to
And
be
then,
mauled by a bear around the corner. Puck comes
and then
out.
there's Kohler.
Kohler's there. He's all bound.
Trying
Oh,
to
we
poop.
can dispose of this guy.
Oh, you guys didn't come back with me, to my knowledge. I'm there by myself.
All right.
Perfect.
Oh,
This is not good for Kohler.
poor Cole.
And I unbind. I
Have you
don't.
seen Reservoir Dogs? You start dancing around him with a razor blade in your hands.
So I make the motion for him to stay quiet, and I cut the.
Right ear off.
No, I
I'm a guard just like you.
cut the gag off.
A little too deep.
How are you wrapped up in this?
Well, my hands are bound behind.
Metaphorically, you asshole.
Sorry. He says, "Hey, I was just trying to meet you, and I didn't know anything about any of this. He said I was late, and now I'm all bound up.
What have you been doing for these people so far?
I haven't done anything. I'm trying to join you
Join why?
because it's a chance to do more than just get by. A chance to stick it to the nobles, the people that think they're better than me."
Have you been wrapped up in any of the slaver business?
I don't know. I can if that's what you want.
Oh, you can. That's unfortunate for you.
God, can I change my answer?
Kohler, I just.
Can I just say a prayer of goodbye to my wife, Innocent?
Sure. Take your time.
Look, I've done everything you guys have said.
The problem is, we're not with the people that you're trying to join. We're against them, and you seem a little too willing to participate.
Those people are asses. I don't. They're no. You got it. You got it all twisted up.
Oh, you just no.
Can I at least make a deception roll?
I don't know. Can he? I mean, you
No,
know,
no.
Okay. I'm gonna end him.
Okay.
Ooh.
Yep. Just cover his mouth and give him a little slit on the throat
With a rapier.
With a painting.
with my dagger.
All right. You kill him. He is dead, and you leave him in the grocer's crate and behind the shop.
And I will, in his blood, write "Shadow Cultists Beware," and then
Wow.
go about my way.
Second line, because we will. Third building. And another reason.
Elmont slits his own wrist because he runs out of blood from cold word.
I need more. You, come over here.
Baelish, come back!
I need a good closing.
Needs to be punchy. You guys are back at Middlehawks. You rest for the night. It's getting late.
Yep.
You can get back all your spells, get back half your maximum hit points. You can also spend hit dice.
Did I take? Oh no, I didn't.
No, you guys we're all back.
Wow.
So I want to, at some point in time, when it's just Rill and I, have a conversation with.
Want to have a real conversation?
Yeah, I want to have a real conversation.
All right.
Yeah.
It is morning, and you guys are having some breakfast that Olgrim Shieldbiter serves with a smile.
Aw.
And he's there too.
So, Rill,
I'm tuning my lute.
you had met this Aris as Rill previously.
Oh yes.
What was... Can you... I had not realized that.
That would have changed your mind?
It not changed my mind, but I'm curious on the circumstances of that you spoke to them of the, she seemed to think that she had shared knowledge and potential, her involvement with the cult.
Yes, she did. She seemed quite eager.
Why did she feel so eager to share that information with Rill?
I'm real.
Yes, I know.
Why
What?
are you talking about me in the third person?
Don't change the subject. Why was she interested in sharing that information with you?
Oh, she seemed quite disheartened at her current situation. She longed for adventure, and she's not a fan of her husband. So, in chance meeting, we happened to exchange words on the matter.
Seems like a bold thing to share with a random halfling.
I'm not just a random halfling, and those are some dangerous words. You have been very rude lately.
Lately? You'll find it's a way of life.
I've wandered the countryside many months, and I have been seeking out, have sought out many pieces of information to lead me here, and she was one of them.
Well, you have to understand, we have been dealing with...
Can I kill him?
No.
Oh.
Some questionable characters, and we have just met you and entrusted you, and perhaps you just didn't think to mention it, but if we're going to work together, we need to be honest with each other.
Interesting words. Trust. You distrust me being new as I am new to you, and for me to trust what you say? Not so easy to do. If it weren't for our friend, Karam, I believe his name is, then we would not have met.
Who is Karen?
Well, I think I got the name wrong.
The contact.
The beggar spy
Yeah.
guy.
Conciliator
right.
Oh, okay.
contact.
Conciliator is an extra.
Conciliator. We work to the same goal. You should not distrust me. My actions have been very straightforward. And due to yours, a reward has been given. That painting that you had taken,
Mm-hmm.
that has quite a bit of value.
Mm-hmm. What do you mean by a reward has been given?
If you were reluctant, I would have offered that as a reward to you, but all has been done on that end. You have the painting. It is a fine reward.
How would have you offered it to me if it was never in...
Well, I was going to, but you had already snuck in and taken it.
Oh, you knew of the painting as well?
Oh, yes.
Interesting.
She is quite loose-lipped.
Interesting. So we still have some work to do in our circle of trust.
Greg.
What else can I tell you?
How to milk a mouse.
What? That's from the movie, isn't it?
Oh,
Yeah.
I don't remember.
Milk a cat.
No, a mouse.
Was it a mouse?
Anything that has nipples you can milk.
Now I remember. Do you have more questions for me?
I'm sure
I'm
will.
happy to be forthcoming.
But who's this, Patrice? Sorry, Latrice. Aries? What was her name? This woman.
Reese, yes,
What?
Reese.
Yes. And who is she?
She is a contact.
Oh, yes, okay.
Someone that I have leveraged some information from, if you will.
Oh, and how did you do that?
Oh, I'm quite gifted with tongue and words
With
and song.
tongue? What?
He does seem quite charming, by the way.
Yes.
Yeah.
What's your
He's a cunning linguist.
game mechanics wise? Just so we have a sense, what does your persuasion modify your skill?
10.
10
Oh,
plus 10.
wow.
That is insane.
You have no idea what he's kept me from.
So you're meeting up with her, right?
Where did you come from? I thought it was just me and him.
I do too. We need to talk about this trust thing. Sneaky bastard.
Yes, Puck.
So you're meeting. You guys are meeting with her again tomorrow, correct?
Yes.
So what?
If all goes to plan.
What's going to happen there? What are you going to do from there?
Well, since we were talking about it, where we're going is actually going to be the very first meeting of the cult that we had discussed. This is the most important information, worth far more than any painting or gold, worth far, far more. This would actually be where some of the higher-ups might actually attend, or we may find more information. But this is the best start. We will be deceptive. We will be able to sneak into their echelons, or at least that is my intent. But I will need your help.
You need my help?
I need your help. I need the wizards, the old man here, and a slightly rude elf, but nonetheless.
He warms up after a while.
After about 14 episodes, you'll get used to him.
What do you need? What do you need from us?
Your support, but I don't know what I'm expecting in there.
You have my spear.
And my axe, says old girl.
And then he cries
And limps away.
How are you involved in all of this?
Well, that is another story. All of my traveling through, and please take this as a gesture of goodwill, but all of my traveling through the countryside has led me here and there and enjoyed a peaceful halfling life with my family. But in the course of that adventure, making coin and so forth, I did run across these unsavory individuals. A few here or there, nothing too dangerous, but after a time they became a problem. And well, to say the least, I have an issue with them. And his tone goes a little bit darker and flat.
do they have your family?
They have one of them, but one of them they won't ever get.
That
That's
sounds
pretty
dark.
mysterious.
Have I answered your questions?
No, I have more.
Where do babies come from?
I have a song about that.
And I have brought my own puppet. Puck? Show me on the puck where the babies come from.
What is your question? You have more questions than the elf.
Oh, I have questions about everything. All the things. Yes, how do these chaos cultists, how did you, get their interest? It seems that they are, quite, isolated and inconspicuous, and they don't deal with too many people in public and outside of their meetings. And what did you do to find their attention?
About 2 months ago, I met a nobleman, and this nobleman took a liking to my music. Stories that he was familiar with as a child, orcish wars and battles, took very much a fancy to it. However, it may have seemed that at some point while I was being jovial, that I insulted him in a way that was not to his liking. He took a great offense to it, and I have fled from him, and I can only assume that he was involved with these individuals. At first, 1 or 2 came by to give me trouble, but I made sure that they were not an issue, and then they took greater and more drastic measures, and that is how I came here.
Wow, that's quite a story.
I have more.
I'm sure you do. I need some crackers, and my feet hurt. But I will have more questions later.
You guys have any other questions for Rill?
Well, I have
An initiative roll I'd like to make.
more a statement than a question, but with our plan to meet these cultists, we have had a few encounters with them previously. It would not be completely unbelievable for one of them to recognize us. We have become somewhat known, if not famous, yet here in Tullus, that I would be concerned that I would be recognized. You know, there's not a ton of elven archers floating around killing cultists.
If you put away your bow, you are no longer an archer. Less easy to spot with a bow. I, too, am just as recognizable
Clark
to
Kent
some.
disguise is dropping the bow.
It's you!
As soon as I pick up the bow.
Oh, yeah, it's okay.
This place we go, I do not guarantee safety in any kind of way. There is danger lurking there, but there is chaos too, and that must be dealt with. You all have no love for this cult. They, of course, have no love for you. They will possibly recognize you, as they will me. The danger is the same.
How are your disguises?
I'm actually Ogrim.
I knew it.
All right, we're gonna skip forward in time then, unless you guys.
Yeah,
have
no,
something.
go ahead.
Does want to
Oh.
venture out. If there's one available, to find like a magical, like a weaponsmith or armor that specializes in magical items.
There, you have not seen anything like that in the city.
Okay. Well then, just a regular like armor smith then.
Okay, you have found a armor smith for sure.
And I want to inquire about my armor of the Rat Queen, which is a standard leather armor. If it can be beefed up to be like a studded leather armor, something with a little more
Oomph
AC
to it?
on it.
That is entirely possible. I would just say that do you want studded is the question. A quick look for studded stats on the studded.
Yeah, I guess what would it add?
It is 12 plus your dexterity. There's no reason not to get studded.
Okay.
Yeah, they can make some alterations. It'll take 2 weeks to do.
Whoa.
Okay.
And it will take 150 gold.
1,000.
Which is way more than studded leather cost, but it's making the magic and everything.
For sure. So yeah, I want to do that, and then I will buy regular studded leather armor to wear in the meantime.
All right.
Working on this
They'll give you a discount. What did I say? 150?
for the.
So then it'll be 190. Normally it's 45 armor. So it'll be
Oh, okay. 190.
190
total.
for studded leather armor, and then in 2 weeks you'll have studded leather armor with your
Yes.
effects.
I also want to talk to them. I've put Deanna on the workbench and inquire about taking the shaft and shortening it down to like a handheld, like a one-handed weapon,
Okay.
but still keeping because the gem of healing is still attached to it. But my end goal is to be able to carry that and Olgrim's sword at the same time without being like weighed down.
Some sort of 2-weapon fighting?
Not both at the same time, but just so I can travel with both of them without being like over encumbered.
Oh, you think that might destroy magical properties? Your original idea of trying to remove the gem with your own magic might be the better way to do that.
Okay. I will try to do that then.
Is it Tuesday yet?
Not yet.
Okay.
Not yet.
What was it you were doing?
Going back to the shop about with the guy who has a line on the bracers
Yeah.
for 6,000 gold.
Right. Yeah.
Who said,
Holy crap!
Come
You
back.
paid that?
no, I didn't. But
He
I said
doesn't
I'd
have
be
it.
back Tuesday.
Okay. That'll be interesting.
You, as you're walking back from your
Do you
shopping
need a
puck,
loan?
Mm-hmm.
you pass by a butcher shop.
Okay.
It's across the street. The smell of fresh cut meat, maybe even some rotting ones they keep in the back, catches your nose. And as you walk by, you see there is a wooden gate that leads to the back of the butcher area, and the gate is open. You can see some piled up crates, and there's some guys out front working and getting stuff out for the morning. And in the gate, you see a hooded old man who's kind of hunched over, and he reaches out his hand and starts drawing his finger, pointing at you and motioning for you to come speak with.
Okay. I'll go speak with him. Yeah.
So what's up?
Just two bears meeting.
You get close. You keep an eye out for any weird issues
for
of
sure.
ambushing coming out, but this is a fairly populated morning. There's lots of activity. Tons of people are seeing you. He's not moving. He's just standing in the gate, motioning to come close. Make a perception roll.
5.
Okay. You don't see anything out of the ordinary. You get close, and he says, "My master wishes to speak with you and bring the elf."
Who's your master?
"Yes, my master wishes to speak
What's
with
your
you."
master's name?
"Yes, and bring the elf."
To hell with you, old man.
And he reaches out and grabs onto you gently but firmly. and looks you in the eye. My master would like to speak with you. And you can see then that he is not just an old man. He is an old dead man. He is an undead creature of some type that has ability to speak and move around. He has a bit of an odor to him that is not ideal, but is covered in this hood mostly. And bring the elf.
I strike him with my spear.
Okay, make an attack.
13.
All right. You hit him and he takes some damage. Roll your damage.
7.
Okay. You stab him. He stumbles back and stops talking to you. And one of the butcher guys next to you comes over and sees you attacking your spear at something. Says, "Hey, what's going on here?"
This undead creature attacked me.
And the guy moves with speed through their little back area, knocking over some crates and some salted meat, and is scurrying away, and they don't see him at
Let's
all.
go get him, butcher.
What? And he follows you, and this guy is leaping with speed and leaping over a fence. You want to chase after him?
Yeah, I'm gonna thorn whip him.
No, he's too far. He's
far?
Yeah, he's fast beyond that.
Ooh, it's
You
like
have to-
30 feet.
No, it's a foot chase at this point. Or you can just let him go.
I'll let him go then.
Okay.
I'm not chasing him. Screw that guy.
Good. And you're back at Middlehawks. Anything you guys want to do or say?
Oh, I want to tell Elma. I want to tell the whole group what happened.
All right, everyone's gathered together.
I went to see about some personal matters, and on my way back down the road a little bit, this old man pulled me aside or beckoned me over.
How old was he?
Not as old as you,
Oh,
but old. And it
I have a
actually
joke for
turned out
this.
he was not living. He was dead. And he mentioned you, Mr. Elf.
You attract
he
the most
said that-
unsavory creatures.
He said that his master wanted to see me and to bring you along.
And most of them want me dead. For a good
Yeah, I
reason.
don't like it. I'm involved in this now.
That's his fault.
Yeah, oh, I'm aware.
Pointing towards Avius.
That's right, old man.
Incredulous.
Put your brows down, old man. You know you're responsible.
Well, we need to keep an eye out because they're gonna
They'll be back.
attack us again.
We're eventually gonna have to finish it.
More of what?
That fight in the alley a few days ago.
That?
That.
Well, you're dangerous
You don't know the half of
to
it.
be around.
That's right. I am deep.
It's like I don't say it, but I glance at the door and then look back at Rill.
I've already written some stories about all of you.
You don't want to be around me, Dottie. I'm a rebel.
Oh, that's gonna be in my head now.
Well, I guess. Well, let me tell you a story, Rill.
Whatever, Francis.
that's his real name. Francis Elmon Yavel.
He keeps it a secret.
Yeah, I just use my middle name for good reason.
Sorry, you were sharing a story.
So we were down in the sewers some time ago, and we found a hidden door, and followed our wizard in there, who was very intent on searching through it.
I think we followed Holgrim down there.
You're
happened
gonna
to
blame
him?
it on the guy that's not with us anymore.
He's right over there.
I'm right here.
And
Always pretending you don't know me.
and yada yada yada. Their undead king is trying to kill me now.
I'm gonna have to follow up on the yada 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 part, but okay.
All right, you guys chill out the rest of this day, and
I do want to look into taking that gem off of the spear.
All right, make an Arcana roll. You spend
With
time.
mentioning that this undead creature is now around. Did you mention he was dead?
Yeah.
Yay.
Did. Rill is going to be on a patrol, if you
Like
will.
outside the...
No, not that brave.
Just a heightened
up in the
state of
some room,
Like looking out your window.
Yeah, where he said he roughly was.
He's in a
that
different part, but you can
but
look
in that
outside.
direction.
Okay.
young Puck, do you need a hand with this?
Do you think you can help me here?
I might be able
I
to.
want to transfer this gem of healing off of poor sweet Deanna over to Olgrim's sword.
Why, I am versed in magic.
Oh,
Fireball! Fireball! Almost done!
will you be willing to help me?
Yeah, of course.
Well, let's see what you can do.
All right, you spend all day, Avius, carefully working your magic, trying to get this gem of healing out of the spear known as Deanna, and you can easily get it out, but it's like ripping out like a brain from a brain surgery thing. You need to be much more careful and delicate and get it out. At the end of the day, you think you have a way to gently ease it out of its containment, and you may make an Arcana roll.
19.
And
nice.
you hear a knock upon your door, Puck, and you open it up, and with not a smile, you see Avius holding your gem, but in front of him is Rill, who has arrived to tell you he has spotted your figure outside Middlehawk's Tavern this night. The old man, hooded, waiting in an alleyway, motioning to Rill through the window, beckoning you with a finger.
To Rill.
Yeah. You've just seen that. You've come out of your room. You've just now knocked on Puck's door, and there's Avius behind you.
Welcome to the party.
I have a wand now. Ho, ho, ho. Puck. Is it Mr. Puck?
Just that's
Turd Ferguson.
Yeah.
You're very formal with everyone.
Just Puck.
I don't mean
Mr.
to
Puck, that's
alarm
my
you.
name. That name again
But
is Mr. Puck.
That old man is out front.
Is he?
And was motioning for me. I thought I would let you know.
It's not
I
good.
want to go down and hear what it has to say.
It's not good that he knows where we were staying. Yeah, I'm game. Let's get the other.
Yes, young
Yes.
Puck.
Rill
Mr.
goes
Wizard.
downstairs. And
Okay.
Avius holds out his hand towards Puck.
You got it. Oh, how's Deanna doing?
Oh, she'll be stable in a couple of days. And she's resting now.
Very
In
good.
ICU, intubated.
That's so nice of you. Thank you, Mr. Wizard.
Well, it's the least I could do for the other night.
Huh. Yeah, with your hand up my backside. Let's our new friend has found that old dead guy that I met earlier. He's outside.
The ones that kill.
Yeah. You want
I don't like them.
Go get the elf and meet us down outside. Please.
Yes, okay. Very good. And Avius knocks on Elmon's door.
I'm busy.
Hurry up!
You're a painting being rolled up real quick.
All right, I come.
All right.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah.
You guys are all downstairs.
Is Mark short keyed? Just wondering.
You need to make it like clap activated. You guys are all downstairs at the bottom of Middlehawks. There's a warm fire. There's a couple patrons enjoying their dinner. It's like a late dinner. It's maybe 7, 8 o'clock at night, and you guys are there fully armored and armed.
Let's go kill a dead guy.
Yeah.
And you walk out.
Why? Yeah.
All right.
Walk out.
So again, a moderately busy street. Middlehawks is in a high traffic area.
Nighttime.
It is nighttime, and across the street is a old man with a hood over his head in an alleyway who is motioning in your direction with a long finger to beckon towards him.
What do you want?
You're across the street.
Oh, I moved towards
Before,
him.
What do you want?
if one of them knows where we are,
Well, they all know. Why aren't they coming out to get us straight away?
I don't think dispatching one of them is going to make much of a difference.
It's a start.
Your solution.
He's wounded too. I got him the other day. Put my spear right through him.
Very well.
I mean, we can talk to him first, but
That's not your style.
He's just watching us.
He's beckoning you.
By the way, Rill is across the street walking, striding quickly towards
Puck's
it.
right behind him.
Okay.
yeah.
Rill, you walk up to this hooded figure. You can see he is not alive. He's got some gaunt features, looks a bit zombie-ish, but not slow like a zombie. Has a bad odor as you get close, and has an obvious spear Jesus piercing wound in the rib area.
What do you want, creature?
My master would like to speak with you.
And
Bring the elf.
Always bring the elf.
I do not know your master. Ooh.
He steps a couple steps into the alley and continues to beckon you to follow him.
I turn ever slightly to the rest of them and begin making footsteps in his direction.
He turns his back to you and starts shuffling off down the alleyway.
I'm new.
You haven't experienced the horrors of war yet.
Captain Dan!
Highest horse come.
I'll thorn whip him.
You're going to thorn whip him.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Mostly just to drag him back.
All right. Make an attack.
Am I able to intercede?
You can. You see him start to cast.
Hold on.
Elmon,
Hold on.
always the reserved one.
I want this kill.
Wait.
Let's let Rill take this one.
Yeah.
Do you shoot him?
No.
Oh,
No.
I'm just gonna stop him from going wherever he's going.
I think we have to follow him if we want any information.
Okay.
I mean, it might be a trap, but
But maybe we could tell him to come back in the morning when it's daylight. At least.
He's just cranky. He wants a nap.
I'm in the creature's ear, more or less,
Okay.
and asking him constantly about his master. Where is his master? Who is his master?
All right. He tells you a story, and he says,
Elmon's
my
following.
master would like to speak with you and bring the elf.
Maybe we can just clear the misunderstanding up and everything will be fine.
You put an arrow in their king.
It was just a misunderstanding. I missed. I didn't even hit him.
Understanding more or less it's thrall-like.
Doesn't count if it's not Elnoran.
Exactly.
That's Elmon's.
I do give it a pat down, kind of walking around it. I'm still following it, but checking its robe.
You're touching it?
Yeah, I'm touching it.
Okay. It does not like you touching it and bats your hand away, but does not, is if you're persistent, you can completely do what you want. It's just more like, like a stop it type thing. But all it says is, as you
No
do
doesn't
that,
really mean no.
it just keeps saying, my master would like, and you're able to pat it down. You feel no weapons and no items. You can feel some exposed ribs on its back through the flesh. Not ribs, bone type areas, spine areas. That's just squeamishly weird. And that's all you can feel.
Okay. I coming around to the front again, keeping pace with it, staring into its skull to see if there's any light to its eyes or if anything is.
No, it's got normal eyes. It's got a normal face, but the skin's very pallid. The eyes are very sunken in and look normalish from a distance. But as you get close, they have someone who's completely checked out, like completely stoned off their mind.
And I'm
plays.
checking where my group.
You're all by
is.
yourself in the dark.
I know. That's what I'm
No,
figuring.
I'm following.
No, I'm right behind you.
Okay.
Okay.
Elmon speaks up, and these things really want me, but if you guys turn around, I think you'll be left alone.
We could go with them without you and maybe talk to him. If you're with us, there's gonna be a fight.
And if there's a fight and I'm not with you, I would be.
What are you
concerned.
saying?
I would be concerned for my friends.
Let's proceed.
But Rill, you are new with us. You do not. You have little investment with our group.
Oh.
If you walk away, you would likely be spared whatever the intention of this thing is.
I appreciate the consideration, but no good story written ever goes unheard. Someone always sees something, and I want to be a part of this story.
I don't like this idea at all.
Well, you're as free to opt out as any.
You won't like this anymore.
This eventually. They're gonna keep coming after us. They're gonna keep sending.
They're gonna keep coming after me.
We're not gonna let you go alone.
I mean, we can stop following this thing if it.
Who said that?
I feel like I'm misunderstood.
I get through.
Elmon just has Asperger's, that's all.
That's harsh.
And while this conversation is going on, Rill is just walking further away.
We've lost track
I mean,
of the
we're
creature.
we're all
following,
walking.
we're walking and
All
talking.
right.
We're in trail.
You keep walking then, and you keep
walking.
walking. This creature leads you through alleyway and alleyway, across quickly some brightly lit streets and down alleyways through areas you know well, but always trying to take the less obvious path. Takes a little bit more time than usual and appears to be taking you halfway across town to the North Market District. So it's a little bit of a distance, a little bit of a walk.
If it takes us into the sewer, I'm done. That's where
No,
I
we're
stop.
not. I'm not going back down to where we were.
Yeah, if it's trying to take us down to that spot,
Well, let's just see where he's going.
Where else would it be taking us,
I don't know. That's why we're following it.
You are walking down a random road in the North Market District. This area is not a market part, but more where some of the homes of merchants and stuff abut the larger plaza area. And it's not the nicest of streets. It's poorly lit. You feel a little bit of comfort that you pass slightly inordinate amount of city watchmen that are just walking out at this time of night. So you've passed a couple. Even though your guide has tried to avoid some of the alleyways, you do pass a few. And you approach this house that your guide leads you to. There is a black, low iron fence with a gate that creaks that he pushes it open and walks up. House has a very old style to it. You can see two city guards down the street that are kind of keeping an eye on the bunch of you, and they kind of talk to each other and say something and point at the house you're in and have some conversation at a distance. You're not sure what they make of your situation. And you go up to the house. He knocks on the door 3 times and opens the door and steps inside a darkened foyer.
Is there anything out of the ordinary with this house? Different from others in, like, significant design, or it's 2-story, everything else is one?
It's made of centipedes.
It's made of centipedes is a good one.
Centipede?
Yeah, it's 2 stories. It's got a wide, large porch. It appears to be a very old style compared to some of the not even newer constructions. The average constructions around you. This one appears to be old, maintained, but old. The yard, though, there's a small little yard in front of it. It's just all dried up, brambly stuff.
Da-da-da-da.
You rang.
Walks in.
All right.
Oh, okay. I closed the door quick.
Might be for the best for the 3 of you.
All right. All of you enter, and your
And one leaves.
Your guide closes the door. Puck, Rill, and Avius may make Arcana rolls.
Roll.
18.
18's good enough.
9.
9 is not good enough.
Mine's not good enough. It's not beating those.
All right. Avius, you're the one that brings up the rear of the group, and as you pass through the threshold, you sense a glyph type trap underneath your feet that is ready to trigger but does not. And what was your roll?
18.
And it was a dispel magic trap waiting for to dispel the first spell on anyone as they entered. No one had any spell. The trap did not go off, and the doors closed behind you.
Okay. There's a magic trap here. Just FYI.
I see it now. I can't believe I missed it.
I think it's
Who uses red
anti-magic
anymore?
Trap.
Inside are sofas with red cushions of an old style that are favorable to nobility years and years ago, but are very old now. There are chairs. There's an old harpsichord type musical instrument off to the side, but it's draped in a sheet to keep it clean. Everything has a not used and in storage style vibe to it. And the guide motions for you towards a door and says, "My master would like to speak with you and bring the elf." And he stands by the door.
Well, he is insistent.
One opens the door and goes through.
You go through the doorway and you find yourself in a lounge. This is very similar to the other room you were just in and some of the ones you've seen through doorways, old style furniture, except this one, the sheets have been removed. There's cushions there. It has a very stale smell to it, dusty smell. The air has a haze about it of dust everywhere, but there are candles here. There are lights here. There's a little music box that's playing off in the distance. There is a table with some food and drinks in this lounge, and there is a woman who is reclined gracefully on the lounge, laying with her feet stretched across it. She's got this black gown on. You've never seen her before in your life. She's pretty and
Dead.
She's very much alive, and turns around and is very excited upon seeing you guys walk in.
Do we recognize her?
No, you've never seen her before. She stands up in a graceful sweep of her gown. "Hello, darlings. Welcome. I'm glad you found time to visit."
You said she's not dead.
Nope.
Okay.
This music box. Have I heard this tune before?
You may make a, what is it, lore or history? I always get it backwards. History roll.
History roll.
With advantage, please.
Oh,
But your target is dang high.
How about what is that, 21?
You recognize the song as a lullaby that is incredibly old, like hundreds of years old. You've only heard it once before, and no one plays it. So it's an old little music box for sure.
Okay. This particular tune, for future reference, when I do the sleep spell, I will use this.
Oh, cool. I like that.
If we make it out of here.
We'll make it out.
A drink, something to
voice.
eat. She motions towards a little coffee table.
Elmon just stays still, silent, and just stares at her.
All right.
Are you this creature's master?
Oh, yes. Yes, I am. I am. I am.
You're that's a tongue twister.
That's going to be hard to pronounce.
I am Amariel.
I am Rill, and these are my companions. You, or your thrall, if you don't mind the term, has summoned us here, and we would like to know why.
And may I know all of your names? And she seems most interested looking at you, Elma.
Still in silent.
Okay.
I'm Puck.
Not particularly interested in entertaining her,
Right.
but I'm here.
He already
Oh,
introduced himself.
I've introduced.
Oh, yes, I am Avius Catorum. You've heard of me, yes?
No.
And this is Francis.
And you already know who I am. What do you want?
I have asked to bring you here to help you. You seem to be in a bit of a situation, and I am in a situation where I can be of service. She sits down on her lounge and crosses her legs and just looks as confident as can be.
I try to be equally magnanimous and find a high chair to which I cross my halfling leg.
You try again, you finally get that leg up.
Oh, well, do go on. We're all eager to hear why we are here.
A skeletal form, full-on skeleton, clinks on in with its bones, bringing another bottle of wine. And she says, "Oh, thank you," to the skeleton, and the skeleton places it on the table. Not a bony type old guy, full-on skeleton. And she appears very nonchalant about it.
Now, I've seen magics like this before. It's very intriguing. Some of my tunes are even based off of it.
Well, isn't that interesting?
Yes.
Not as interesting as you causing quite some trouble for someone we both know down beneath the city, it would seem. You, Francis, have gotten...
I hate you.
have gotten...
I would have given you an interest-free loan, but we're done.
I don't need your money.
Have gotten a bit of a... made a bit of a name for yourself, if we can say that.
Maybe not enough of a name for myself if we're going by Francis at this point.
There's word going around some circles that I keep that you are being searched for by someone.
Yeah, I've noticed. And how can you help with that?
Well, I happen to know about your searcher, Morien. I know where he comes from, and I have some idea of what he's up to.
And why is it that you are interested in helping us against him?
Oh, let's just say I'm doing my civic duty for the great city of Talis. We all must pitch in.
With the company you keep, that seems out of sorts.
That's why I have to keep a low profile.
I don't doubt it. To have such an entourage would be most upsetting to the city.
She pours herself in a nice little crystal glass some wine. Red wine. Are you familiar with Gull? The old story of Gull? She gets blank looks across the table,
Yeah.
I'm guessing.
Well, I am not. Care to...
There was a creature known as Gull. He arrived here in the city several hundred years ago. He claimed to be the son of Eslathgos Malkith himself. Eslathgos and some dark unnamed goddess. He called himself a half-god. He claimed the spire as his birthright, trying to make himself very important. And indeed he did. This Gull was a mighty sorcerer. Looked not too unlike my friend here, she says, pointing to the skeleton walking away into the kitchen. Skeletal man, but of innate aptitude for utilizing magic power and bending it to his will, the likes of which this world has never seen since. he resided in Goth Gul Gamel. You may have seen it halfway up the spire, that fortress that clings to the spire. He created that, and it hung there like a cancer over the city. And he grew in power some time ago, creating a maze of tunnels beneath the city for miles and miles, stretching, connecting to dwarven connections, to dark elven connections, to ancient caverns. His dungeons spread everywhere like a web, of which he filled with laboratories and spawned many types of creatures. Any of this sound familiar?
We're new here.
I've heard stories of
She laughs.
Goth Gogamel and a few of the others, but no, most of this is intriguing.
Who's our friend? The one at the Melil's parties. The singer, the bard.
Perhaps you've.
I would know the
Valkyr.
bard's name, would I not?
Valkyr.
Vakir.
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 He's mentioned the fortress, has he not?
I believe he did.
He talks about it often.
Well, from this fortress, Gull created kings that ruled over this land and many others. He created the Utter Dark, a mass of darkness that swept over multiple kingdoms. Anything that touched this darkness was killed or deformed. Cities were wiped out. Armies that charged in were destroyed. He sent his own forces down in the labyrinth beneath this very city. This was hundreds of years ago, to claim a dwarven kingdom, but they sealed off their kingdom to prevent him from getting in there. And he grew in power and strength until he almost wiped out the dwarves, almost wiped out the elves. And then the armies of men finally got themselves together and worked with the other races and pushed him back. And he is no more. But his lingering traces cling to this world, and particularly this city, like an old wound, an infection. His squirming horde that fought back armies centuries ago, there are remnants of them still in his laboratories beneath the city in his maze. And he has one, and one only, of his former generals, one who was assigned a kingship of this land when it lied under darkness for decades. One who was banished beneath the city until you showed up. And now he is none too fond of you. And he goes by the name of Morian.
What would you have us do with this Morian? That's why you've brought us here, I assume.
I have. Well, my belief is that Morian is going to try to rise from beneath the city and reclaim what he can. He ruled far more than the old Talus that lies in ruins beneath the streets now, the former city. He ruled for miles and miles. Taking this would be nothing to him if he had the strength to do it. And now that you have earned his ire and more than just awoken him, he will probably be on his way. And that's what my magic senses.
We've been down there. We've seen him. We're no match for what's down there.
I would certainly not recommend it.
So what do you want us to do? Why have you beckoned us?
He is going to come and attack you with what magic and forces he can, if he has not already, and he will continue to do so. And he will continue to grow in power as time goes on, and will not take long to arrive here. My recommendation would be to slow down his progress and slow down his growth and strength through the conduits he is using to get out of his imprisonment.
And how do we do that?
There are doorways, gates, Lacian gates they are known as, and there are several of them that have kept incredible forces like him at bay. And he honestly is the last that I know of that benefit from their destruction. My minions have detected he is accessing these gates. I am trying to locate them and have found one. And I believe if you can stop his minions from doing what magic they do there to weaken those gates, you will slow down his power and weaken him in return.
I believe we found one as well.
You have?
Yeah, underneath a temple. To the west, down the river. I believe. I don't know what direction we were in. I thought it was west.
It's down the river.
Yeah. It was activated by a brazier. And they had these metal like rings holding one of them, and we disassembled that. We actually have them, if they're of any use.
Yes. I have them kept away safe. The Wecrian panels.
I don't know about that. What I'm speaking of are not physical in nature. These gates are of incredible magic created by great heroes that helped banish Gull long ago and to keep his last remaining lieutenants imprisoned. These are not physical in nature, although there is a way you can physically stop this one. I know its location. I do not know who is there, and it is not a pleasant location.
Where's it at?
It's just across the wall there, and she points out her window where you can see a giant, enormous 50-foot wall that covers a whole district of the city you've never been into before that you know is named the Necropolis.
And in the Necropolis, we have seen a gate leading to it. And there was an undead creature in there somewhere. It was through the gate, and we sealed it.
That may be the very location I'm speaking of. It is a mausoleum where they are accessing this gate.
And he wanted to see me too.
If you care to, and head to this mausoleum, within there is a lock of a type you haven't seen before, and if you can grab hold and physically touch the metal aspect of the lock, you can dispel the magic upon it that will shut down any weakening of the gate and reinforce it.
I'm sure it's not just that simple as reaching in and grabbing a hold of this metal aspect.
Well, she points to Rill. You have a self-proclaimed magic user here. You will need to have some magic capability of dispelling other magic.
Yes, he's the one that has the magic.
They work endlessly. Morian's minions. They work their magic and have been for several weeks now, since your encounter by my best guess, and are constantly weakening this gate.
Does this have anything to do with what the Chaos Cultists are doing?
I do not believe so.
Because we have business with them as well.
Well, believe me when I say there are many forces acting against this city at all times.
And you're working in its interest?
Absolutely. She says with a smile, a wry smile.
And why in truth, then, are you choosing to aid us?
Morian...
Seems like you and he would get along.
No, we have never gotten along. And seeing him fail would be a feather in my cap.
And I'm sure beneficial to your intentions.
I always like things that benefit my intentions.
What is your relationship to Morian?
We were co-workers, you might say. We were associates. We knew each other's work back in the day.
How old,
Never
if I may
asked
be so bold,
a lady her age.
is Morian?
Morian is ageless, but I've known him for almost 4 centuries.
You look good for your age.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. From what my minions say, there is a domed mausoleum in green glass. Find that mausoleum. She grabs a old piece of paper and looks at it. D. Lewardson, H. Lewardson are the names of the people buried there for you to help locate it. Find the lock and counter the spell they've done, and you will significantly weaken Morian, while I send out some of my minions to find the other gates. I warn you, though, do not travel below the necropolis. I would highly recommend that, and for all that is good in the world, do not remain there as night falls.
Isn't that where we have to go to find this lock?
You
Yes.
don't have to do it at night, though.
And we'll stop there for tonight.
No, I had questions.
We'll stop there.